WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Forget Superman, forget Batman. The superpowers are right here. It's Benedictine, it's Ware County. 2 state champions, 2 undefeated teams, 2 teams that are ready to beat one another, get those bragging rights for the 4th year in a row. This is maybe the biggest game of them all. You see the crowd filing in, you see the people getting ready, and boy, these teams are ready, and so are we. My team right here, Benedictine grad, Lindy Brennan, the WSAV legend with us here.
Yeah, legend.
You know what, once you get old, it happens that way. So you see the cadets, what does this mean to them and these fans, you think?
Well, you know, it's brought so many, these last couple of years, and the idea of being able to go for a 4th has brought so many people together, and so many alumni together. Even, certainly me, participating more in school activities over the last couple of years, because it's just so exciting. And to have the excitement go on for this long is a big deal for Benedictine.
So now we got to find out, what are the keys to a Benedictine win or for Ware County?
Now, the Soothing Touch Massage Friday Night Blitz keys to the game.
Here are the keys to the game. Ware County's got to stop the BC quarterback, Luke Promenhoek. We're going to be talking about him all day. They also just simply have to keep Benedictine's offense off the field, Lindy.
Yeah, that's going to be the big deal here. And we're going to look for action right at the beginning, because that BC offense is going to be trying to make something happen right off the bat.
And what's going to happen for them? They hope big plays in that offense. Meanwhile, on the other side, Benedictine's got a simple plan. They want to run the ball, they want to pass the ball, they want to be balanced, but they want to play fast as well. But the key could be special teams.
Yes, indeed, and you know that can make the decision in so many games, and we're looking for a lot of scores in this game, and that could be just what makes the difference.
And you talked about it, winning the first quarter is big, 21 points on average so far for BC. We'll see what starts early on this one. Now we're going to kick it right down for the coin toss.
Now, the Nissan Friday Night Blitz coin toss.
Perfect. Perfect. No problem.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Closely examined, there would have been a couple of errors in there, but that's okay.
Why we do it twice. All right, boys and girls. Yeah. Chiefs. Yeah. They used to do that at Orioles games too, and it was oh, say can you see every time. So if you need them for some reason, Lindy, if you need them, rosters are going to be off.
When it's the biggest game of the week, only the biggest stage will do. The game is on WSAV-CW. Tonight, two powerhouse programs face off for the ultimate bragging rights. State champion Ware County squares off against state champion Benedictine in a battle of superpowers. Gators, Cadets, next. Now, your local Nissan dealers present the WSAV-CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Superpowers indeed. Russia and the United States, Rocky and Ivan Drago. Now, Benedictine and Ware County on the high school football field. You don't get much better than this. Both defending state champions, both undefeated, both with a grudge to hold against the other one, saying, we are the best team in our area. I am Andrew Davis here with WSAV legend Lindy Brannon, back with us, and a BC grad yourself. Talk to me a little bit about what this game means to the Cadets.
Well, it really has been an exciting 3 years, and to make it 4 in a row, what a big deal that would be. It's certainly been bringing the alumni together and the school together. And I think that's sort of what's happening for Ware County, but they're just looking for their second.
You'll take two. Two would be fine for them. Well, what's going to be the key to the game? We'll tell you.
Now, the Soothing Touch Massage Friday Night Blitz keys to the game.
And these are the keys to the game for Ware County. Right now, they've got to stop the BC quarterback, Luke Cromanoke. He's a Division I prospect, already signed. We'll talk about him later. And keep Benedictine's offense off the field, Lindy.
That's what they got to do, because action happens fast. And we know that from both teams. Last week, Ware County breaking out right at the beginning of the game. They don't want that to happen for BC this week.
And BC loves those big plays. Long touchdowns mean danger if you're a Ware County Gator fan. Meanwhile, on the other side, Benedictine's got a simple process. They want to run the ball, they want to be balanced, but they want to play fast as well. That's going to be the key. Also, special teams always makes a difference. Kickoff return, possibility for a touchdown, and win the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, right off. You know they're going to be going for the action as quick as they can, trying to get that lead on Ware County and get that psychological advantage.
Yep, they've been averaging 21 points a game in the first quarter. So we told you all about the game. It's time to get it started. We're going to go down to the field for the coin toss.
Now, the Nissan Friday Night Blitz coin toss.
You can see the Gators right there who are fired up. Big crowds on both sides, by the way. Let's give Ware County credit for coming out. These fans are fired up for this game. They've won 2 out of the last 3 against BC, and I know the Cadet fans don't want to hear me say that, but they also have something to prove today, don't they, Lindy?
Oh, yeah. This is the team that had so much success last year, and some of the high school writers across the state have said that this is a rebuilding year for Ware County. Well, they're doing a pretty good job of rebuilding.
Don't tell Coach Britt that, that's
right.
For sure. We're going to get right down there for the coin toss right now.
Okay, guys, the visitors always get to call the coin toss. I'm going to let everybody look at the coin. That's heads. It's tails. What are you calling, sir? He got tails, guys. Flip it and catch it. If I drop it, we're going to do it again. He does have tails. All right, see his tails, You won the toss, sir. The toss. You want to defer? White has won the toss, is elected to defer their choice to the second half. You want the ball? That's not a question. You want to receive the ball? Kick the ball. Huh? No, you want to receive the ball? Yeah, you don't want to kick it. What goal y'all want to defend first? All right, turn your backs there. Turn your backs here. Yeah, if you kicked it, you want to kick both halves. No, he wanted to toss. He deferred. BC will receive the ball. All right, go ahead, shake hands, bring them out, guys.
So you heard it right there. Benedictine going to get the ball first, as we said. they like to start quick. 21 points on average in the first quarter. Maybe not to the competition level they're going to see in Ware County, but you know their first plan is to get on the board early and often.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet.
This is a rowdy crowd up here too, Lindy. They want this win.
Oh, it's a full stadium, really. The BC side, you figure that, but they've really done a pretty good job filling it up on the Ware County side there.
Ware County with maybe the largest banner I've ever seen somebody run through for a high school football team. BC fired up with their flags in hand. They are ready out here for this one.
You know, we were talking about that before the game, wondering just how they were going to get that in the air, but they did it.
Last year, 2022, Ware County won this game 14-10. Not the offensive show you thought, but there was a lot of rain, there was a lot of wind, there was a tough conditions. Coach Britt told me he expects a lot of points in this one from both sides. So he's getting his special teams set. We talked about special teams, Lindy. First thing you're doing, we noticed Ware County was kicking it to corners to try to stay away from these returners.
Right.
And here we are for the soothing touch kickoff. I have a feeling we're going to say that a few times today because there are a lot of points on both of these teams, averaging 30 plus both as a team. Benedictine especially has traveled everywhere to try to find the best competition possible. They've gone to North Carolina, they've gone to Florida, finally back home. Coach Britt says he's thrilled because he gets to come home before 5 o'clock in the morning. For Ware, that's all he cared about. Midnight sounds pretty good to him right now. For Ware County, it's just getting on the road and going and taking on what's become a new rival for them, even out of region. There is your kickoff. Benedictine will pick that one up. On the 5, he's going to bound the 20 to the 25, about right there. And there it is, Rashawn Matthews with that, and we'll go ahead from there to the starting lineups.
Now, Georgia Department of Behavioral Health brings you the Friday Night Blitz starting lineup.
So there we are, Benedictine going to start with their starting lineup. They're going to run multiple running backs in this game, offensive starters especially. So we'll be interested to see. Lots of guys will touch the ball. Samuel, Matthews, Edwards, Ganem, Frazier, everyone will touch the ball multiple times. Coach Britt likes to use as many as he can.
And these sure got them out there ready to go today. They're
Ware County not afraid. They're a little bit outsized on the offensive line. Talking to, though, the radio guys and some of the folks here, they believe their D-line can hold up. Luke Kromenhoek is back under center. There's on the snap. He's going to toss it out quickly to the outside. That's going to be caught, but for very few games. Nasir Samuel on that one gets maybe one quick tackle by the Gators. As we said, they're going to run tempo on this. Kromenhoek likes to run this tempo. He will run the ball as well. 4 wide stack formation on this for Benedictine. Kromenhoek can drop back to pass. He's got an open man just overthrows him on that. Over top of the hands right there of Ashley Edwards. So we'll be 3rd and 10 on this one. These are the starters, not for Bluffton, but for Ware County on this one. Demetrius Baldwin had a big game last time. 4 tackles against Appling. Also, watch out for the linebackers here. Z. Adamson, Jaden Jones, Ben Godwin, Keandre Stanley also as a safety in the rover position on that one will do a lot of damage. We are at 3rd and 10 here for the Cadets. Ware County stopping 2-2. We'll see what happens on 3rd. Kromenhoek drops back to pass. Looking for an open man. Gonna quick jump pass. Wide open to St. Matthews. Matthews down the sidelines. He's gonna go. Rashawn Matthews, but there's a flag on the field. I'm not sure what the flag will be, but that's a touchdown for BC, it appears. The flag, I have a feeling, could be a sideline warning. Not sure yet what they're going to call. Ref is walking all the way back to the line of scrimmage, though. So we're going to have to wait for Willie Dorsey to give us a sign. Huge play for Matthews. We talked about it, Linda. You can't give up the big plays. It's exactly what happened there to Ware.
Oh, and it's exactly how they started their game last week with just that sort of action and making that touchdown.
Just when you thought you had something going on, there's a referee conference and everybody's coming back on this. But Rashawn Matthews with that speed out there, he's got something to play with.
Well, what's this going to be?
Odds are it's going to be a hold or a block in the back because it came way deep in the blade, right? It's a hold right
Illegal
there.
shift.
If you see it.
Illegal shift.
Yeah.
Oh.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 3rd down.
thoroughly.
Sideline warning, BC.
So that's where the second flag came down.
All right.
The flag I noticed was down at about the 30 of Ware County. That was a sideline warning. They had called the shift earlier, didn't see that penalty. Danny Britt not happy about that. He thought he had that touchdown early to get that lead. Now instead, he's got a 3rd and 15 that his offense is going to have to play with. Ware County getting some pressure on that one. Cromenhoek doing a great job to dump it off. So Cromenhoek going to go back in the shotgun again. He's got 3 wides, running back with him, and 1 tight end. Ware gave up that slant the last time Tal Matthews took it in, so you know they're going to be worried about that. We'll see what happens next. Cromenhoek looking, nobody open. He's just going to have to throw that one away. The Gator defense stifles after the penalty, and it's going to be 4th down for the Cadets.
Those guys on that defensive line, they're big and they're fast.
They are, and they said they maybe not be as big as some of the BC offensive line, but 225, 250, 220, they are quick, and they're going to be dangerous to try to get to Cromenhoek and not give him the time to throw. So here we are with our punt. We'll see what BC can do with this. 1-man back for Ware County. That's going to be a high punt. It will be returnable. There's the catch. Jaden Jones right there. He's going to get through. No, break 2 tackles, 3 tackles. But he's finally pulled down at about the 36-yard line by a gang of Cadets. And the Gators are going to be set up in territory just where they want to be.
Well, this is not the way we wanted, or not the way the BC fans wanted to see this first set of plays go.
Well, we're going to go ahead and see that Ware County offensive starting lineup. At the quarterback is Luke Hooks, the junior out here. Not the guy who won the state title for him last year. First year starting. He is efficient with his passing. He doesn't pass that much, only in the teens for every one of their 3 games so far. That's going to be a false start. It's about everybody moved on Ware County, so it'll be 1st and 15. Snap count a little bit off. You know the
Prior to
emotion
the
is
snap,
high.
Illegal procedure, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
Well, emotions will run high on this one, definitely, because both of these teams want it so bad. Luke Hook's going to be the key. The quarterback, as I said, he's a junior, 1st year starting, has won his first 3 games, biggest test by far. He's going to quickly dump one right over the middle on that to Jasper Bolds, and Bolds is going to break 2 tackles. He's going to get the 1st down after a gain of about 17, 18 yards. Tackling a troublesome situation for Cadets so far.
And these guys are just breaking right through it, too.
Jasper Bolds right there, you can see, had about 10 on that. Busted 2 tackles and then finally was brought down after 3 guys had their shot. Good tackle right there by Stephen Cannon for the Cadets. But Ware County 1st down at the 24-yard line. Hooks will hand it off on this one, right over to John Dennis. Dennis will gain about 4 or 5. He's their workhorse so far. 12 carries for 87 yards against Baldwin. 10 for 86 against Richmond Hill, and 11 for 33 only against a very good Appling team. You're going to see his name and number called a lot today. We are at 2nd and 5 right here. Hooks back to pass. It appears. He looks to dump it off. He looks for Dennis, but no, he gets it up in the middle instead. Hits his receiver right between the numbers, and it's dropped. Quentin Orange on this one, who is his favorite target, couldn't hang on to that, so we're instead now at 3rd and 5. So we'll see what Ware County does here. They throw approximately 19-20 times a game so far in the season. I expect to see more of that today. Here is Hooks with 4 wides on this. And now another penalty, another flag. This time, though, it appears to be on Benedictine. We'll see if that gets him the 1st down. It'll be very close. I think it'll be about a half-yard short, so you're looking at 3rd.
Encroachment, defense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Boy, play call's a lot different at 3rd and 1 than it is, Lindy, than 3rd and 5.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so instead of that 4 wides, we have 1 wide, then big tight set. They're in the Wildcat formation. That's Dennis going up the middle. He's going to break 1 tackle, and he will get that first down after a good second effort takes him there. Number 76 on that, Cam Cody, ended up making the tackle for Benedictine. So Ware County on a drive early, starts on their own 35 after a good punt return. Now inside the red zone at the 14-yard line. First down, 9:48 left in the first quarter. Andrew Davis here with Lindy Brannon from Memorial Stadium. Folks will drop the back pass. He's looking for receiver. He's got one over the middle. He overthrows him. No contact, nothing going. That pass was way over everyone's head. Good play, though, on the D-back side. Herbert Scroggins, the third, also known just as the third, if you were wondering. He's a junior. Once again, moving fast. Ware County with a couple substitutions here. 4 wide. Hooks will drop back again. Looking for somebody. Had Dennis. Now he's going to take off himself. He could go all the way in. He's going to be just short, down to about the 1. He's down at about the 1-yard line. Made the slide face first, but didn't get in the end zone on that. They're going to stop him at the 1. That will be first and goal from the 1.
Kind of quieting down the BC side of the stadium here
Hooks
at the moment.
Good presence on this one. Lindy, you see the open pocket and getting all the way in. Back Dennis in the shotgun again in that Wildcat formation. And he will go in to score, so huge turnaround here. Lindy, Ware County said this is a big game, so they brought the train horn with them.
Yeah, they've been working it all afternoon and getting ready for the action this evening. It looks like it's working out for them right now.
John Dennis in for the touchdown on that one, and the Gators take the early lead after it appeared that BC, with a big play, called back by penalty, was going to score themselves. Now suddenly Ware County fans excited to see their team with a lead in this ball game. Means a lot to take a lead on the road, doesn't it, Lindy?
Oh, it certainly does. We were talking to the coaches before the game and talking about traveling and coming up to games like this.
It's Will Bates going to kick this extra point. He's only missed 1 all year and didn't miss that one. So we are 7-0. Ware County with an early lead over the BC Cadets on this one. Coach Britt got a lot to say to his offense right now. What are you thinking if you're him after seeing that touchdown?
You know, I think the biggest thing is to just keep these guys calm down, but still up for the game. You know, these little losses to penalties, they'll cost you the game.
A lot of emotion in this one, no doubt. Talked to Coach Britt this week. He was talking to me about how now kids come to Benedictine with the idea that they will win a state championship.
Right.
This is no longer just a football team, but this is a state championship football team. While this is not a region game, this at the same point means a lot to this team to go forward to show what they can do. Soothing touch kickoff right now. Back deep for Sean Matthews on one side. He was the one who had a nice return out to about the 25 the last time. Also Nasir Samuel, they're going to kick it to Matthews once again. He's going to get about the 11. He's up to the 20, almost to the 20, then breaks 1 tackle, breaks again, and then just loses his footing, or else he could have gone a long, long way. We've seen Matthews now break free 2 times. 1 called back by penalty, this one for a big, big kickoff. All right, the BC offense had something going the last time, stifled though by that Gator defense. We'll see what they do this time. Luke Cromenhoek, we've been talking about him. I've said his name a bunch of times. Florida State commit, loves, and you knew he was happy to watch LSU lose to that Florida State team last week. 6'4", 190, big guy, but has the legs to run, has gotten involved in the running game this year. This time he's going to hand the ball off right over to Samuel. Samuel is going to get down to about the 5, about 5 yards on that, maybe 6. Taken down by the defense on that. Marquand Washington with the tackle. So getting back to basics, a lot of throwing on the first one. Samuel this time breaking free, does a nice job. Also give credit on that one to Nick Simmons, who picked up the pieces after the fact. Now we're at 2nd and 5. Cromenhoek with the screen on the outside. Wide open man, Chris Frazier. Frazier breaks 2 tackles. A lot of speed on that. Frazier will get the first down. a gain of about 6 on that. They were talking a lot about Chris Frazier's speed.
You know, as you watch both teams, though, these runners, as they get the ball, they're busting the tackles for both teams.
Frazier in the open field going to be extremely dangerous anytime he touches the ball. That's why those screens could be key for the Cadets. So we're 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Benedictine. They're going 3 wide, 2 running backs on this one. It's going to be the handoff to Samuel again. Samuel's got a big hole. He's going to get into the secondary, brought down by Jaden Jones. He fumbled, but we'll see what the refs say, and they agree. Jones got him. Samuel coughed it up, and suddenly BC on 2 consecutive drives has not been able to hold it up. Let's see what happens here. Samuel breaks the hole on the close one. Hops through. The ref blocked us out of that one to get a good check. Then falling on right there in perfect position for the Gators. Gets Willie Simmons is going to be the one who falls on it. Give credit, though, number 22 on that, Kendre Stanley. He's the one who made the fumble on that, and suddenly Ware County looking to try to take a 2-score lead early. Here's Luke Hooks. Hooks again with 5 wides on this one. He'll drop back to pass. He's going deep, looking for his man. He's got a step. All the way down into the end zone. Touchdown, Ware County. Quentin Orange all the way to the end zone on that. A 54-yard touchdown catch. And what a turn of events right here. The Gators in green. Benedictine green with envy from 2 early scores. The train whistle blowing. What a pass from Luke Hooks right here. Couldn't have drawn it up better. Coach Strickland did exactly what he needed to. Put it in the end zone. The Ware people excited about that, and they should be. Suddenly, the Gators, after this extra point, could be up 2 scores.
Number 32, Bates, the kicker, PAT.
Again, Will Bates, who's punting and kicking tonight. Coach says he's...
Face mask, defense. The score stands, penalized on the kickoff.
So there you go, face mask on BC. Means they're going to kick off basically from the 50-yard line. Boy, what a turn of events and a happy stand, full stands out here. Lindy, this is not what this crowd expected.
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of folks who drove a good bit today, and I believe they're seeing what they were expecting. But
14-0, Ware County beating Benedictine in the first quarter. Still 8 minutes left, 7:59 left. So this has all happened in a span of just 7 minutes. We've had a touchdown called back against the Cadets. We've had a fumble, and then the big bomb by the Gators, who suddenly put themselves in position to have a big lead early.
But, you know, as the talk around the press booth before the game, nobody was agreeing on who was going to win the game, but everybody was agreeing on we're going to see a lot of scoring tonight, and I think they're right.
So you're saying 14's not going to win this game?
I don't think that'll be close.
No. So they will kick off now. I'm sorry, from the 45 of Benedictine. Very interesting, though, to see it. We talked about how the Cadets started quick in all their games. 21 points on average in 3 games. Suddenly that script has been flipped so far.
Well, and that's just what Ware County was coming in here to do. This is just the way they were looking for this game to go.
Soothing touch kickoff right here. Rashawn Matthews and Nasir Samuel back to return this kick. Ready to go short. Almost fumbled. Now we'll see who's got the ball. It's a scrum at the end. Everybody's pointing. Benedictine's going to get this one after the scrum. They figured they'd take a shot with it, with the ball so far up, and almost made it happen. Credit out to the band, a huge band from Ware County here, playing great music, but to travel a long way. But they're here for the Gators. This is a huge game for them.
They got a long history of a great band. This Ware County band is high performance and been that way for decades.
All right, so I've said his name a lot so far. Luke Cromenhoek, the senior, looking to calm his team down and get something moving here. He's going to go from under center for the first time, it looks like, on this, still with 3 wides. They're going to do the end sweep, the jet sweep on this one to Matthews. And Matthews, who's already touched the ball electric every time he's done it, he went ahead and got about 9 on that one. You see the speed by Matthews finding that hole, good blocking on the outside. And he's going to get down about 8-9 yards on that one. Tackled by Naz Adamson for Ware County. Cromanoke now back to pass again. He's going to dump it off. This time it's to Ashley Edwards. Edwards will get that first down, get about 5 on that. Quick, easy passes, get some confidence back in the offense. All right, Cromanoke again in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff. Play action. He's got a wide open man. We talked about that man, Evans.
They were ready.
We talked about Chris Frazier. Chris Frazier can go, and he went all the way. Good tackle stopped him, or else that was a touchdown. Wide open on the slant. Perfect pass by Cromanoke, and he's just going to get brought down by Jaden Jones in the backfield, but not before he gains about 18. Here we are inside the 40, 37-yard line of Ware County. Benedictine first time crossing that field. Crossing midfield. Cromanoke going to hand it again on the jet sweep, this time to Edwards. Edwards is going to get stopped, though, for a gain of only about 1. Ashley Edwards getting a lot of time so far in this game and a lot of carries. But Coach Britt said he wants to give lots of guys lots of time, so you can't key on one man. You know that Matthews is going to be a guy they're going to look for a lot, though. So we're 2nd and 9 on this one. Cromanoke finds a man over the middle. It's Edwards again. They found something with Edwards in that middle of the zone. They're going to get about 14 on that one to Ashley Edwards. Brought down quickly by the secondary. But another first down for the Cadets.
Marching across the field the way they
You
were
can
looking
see
to.
why colleges love them some Luke Cromanoke, that's for sure. Jaden Jones with another tackle, but quick decisions, big arm. Coach Britt said he's got a great arm, but so far the stats haven't been there. He knows they'll come, but it's not about stats, it's about winning ball games. Cromanoke again back to pass. He's got man open. He's going to go deep and overthrows his man in for one more time for Matthews. Matthews had a step on his man, but ball just over his head. We'll be 2nd and 10.
He had so much time for that throw.
Sometimes when you have too much time, I would assume it's actually truly too much because you get too juiced up about it and can overthrow your man like happened there. We are in a 4 wide receiver set with 1 running back. That's Samuel next to Cromanoke. Samuel's going to be in the block. Cromanoke drops pass, and he's going to run it. He's got a little bit of room. Good block on the outside by Edwards. Edwards is going to get that block, and they're going to get a first down gain of 14 for Luke Cromanoke. This is what Coach Britt was telling me about. Cromanoke has dedicated himself to being part of the run game. This is not a designed run, but he knows how to get yardage, and best part for him, getting out of bounds and not getting hit. There's timeout on the field here for a moment. Referee timeout. They're going to go ahead and start. So we're right there at the 10-yard line. They cannot get a first down from BC. They can only score the touchdown on this one. Cromanoke in the shotgun with Samuel next to him. 2 wide receivers to the left. Tight end set along. 2 tight end set on the left side. 2 wide receivers to the right. Cromanoke drops back to pass. Looking over the middle. Now could run. Under pressure. Breaks 1 tackle. Then slides down to get out of trouble.
Inside the 5.
Inside the 5. There could be a Ware County man down right now. Inside the 4. Good job by Cromanoke here to get a couple yards, but also to get down before somebody could catch him. He's your franchise right now. I think somebody took a helmet to the knee, it looks like, on that. There will be a gator down on the field. So you see the gator down right there. Tough, you don't want anybody to go down in these games. Tell me about what that means when Cromanoke can run, Lindy.
Well, it's just adding another dimension to the game. It's like you say with Coach Britt telling us that there's so much more. As much as we've seen, there's so much more to this guy.
Absolutely. Well, that's why he's a D1 prospect. That's Marcon Washington, one of their big defensive linemen. That's not a good loss. Hopefully he'll be able to get back on the field okay. I think he took a helmet to the knee when he went down. Washington, 220 pounds at least. That may be a small number for him. Big man who can do a lot of damage at that D tackle spot. So here we are, 2nd and 6, 2nd and goal from the 6. 14-0 Ware County. 5:12 left right here in the second quarter. Cromanhope under center one more time. Samuel's behind him. They're going to do another jet sweep on this one. It's going to be Matthews, and Matthews goes down behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle on that by C.J. Johnson. They've run this a couple times with Matthews with success, but not this time. So here we are now, 3rd down and 7, 3rd and goal from the 7. 4:41 running clock. Benedictine right now down 14-0 to the Gators. A turnover caused it, a big bomb, and a touchdown that was called back for the Cadets, or else it'd be a different game right now. So we'll see if they can put this one in. 7 yards. Cromanhope back to pass. Looking into the end zone. Now he's looking short. He's going to have to run. He's got some room. Can he break a tackle? He's going to have 2 or 3 guys on top of him. Won't be able to do it. Nick Simmons eventually brings him down at the 3-yard line. We'll see what Coach Britt decides.
Well, not a typical BC drive at all.
What do you think? Do you kick this field goal, or do you go ahead and take a chance down 14 in the first quarter?
You know, I think the field goal makes more sense, but I'd go for it. What do you think?
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Coach Britt, usually he likes to gamble on this one. There's a lot of talk on the sidelines. About 24 seconds. Looks like they're going to bring out some big guys on this one. And they are going to go for this. We'll see how much time's left on the clock. 7. I have a feeling you're going to get a timeout unless they're rushing to the line right now. Maybe that's their hope. They do snap it. They pitch to the outside. And they blow it dead before anything can happen. We'll see what the call is here. Timeout by Benedictine before that play comes off. So they went ahead and stopped it to make sure, see what's happening. All right, so you saw the pitch now. What do? Do you bring in the big guys again to do this, or do you switch it up because you think they know what you're going to do?
Well, I got to tell you, Andrew, that one slipped right by me. I only got it because of your call. But I'm still saying go for it.
What are you doing? Run or pass right here? Cromanhope's done a nice job, but most of it's been with his own legs because he hasn't anybody open. Well, we're going to find out. The Ware County defense has been stifling so far. They have given up a job.
The run's working for him now. I'm saying the run.
All right. 4th and 3. 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Benedictine down 14-0, and they've changed their minds, and they're going to go ahead and kick this instead, it appears. So change your mind after the timeout. Coach Britt said he wants to put points on the board. 3:28, they're too early to go for it. So here's your kicker for Benedictine, taking it on. It's up, and it is good. So the first points on the board for the Cadets on this one. Nice, no good. The cannon threw me off on that one.
There's no score.
Well, we're going to watch the replay because apparently there's a question right now on the field. I heard the cannon go off. The BC fans think they had something, but it does appear. All right, well, we're going to find out for you and tell you right after this break. You're watching the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. You're watching WSABC Friday Night Blitz. This segment of the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Nissan. Experience the thrill for yourself at your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. 14-0 right now over Ware County.
Beautiful night for
It's
football,
the
too.
ball actually grazed, if you look at it from that replay, grazed off the uprights and went to the side on that one, not in. So we'll see exactly what's happening there, but that's a no good. So Danny Britt started out by saying, I'm going to go for it from the 3, called the timeout, changed his mind, and they missed the short field goal. So now you know he's second-guessing it. He had a long conversation with the referees during the break. Not sure what he was saying, but what he needs right now is a huge defensive stop. So Ware County offense back on the field, 4 wides. Luke Hooks, the junior quarterback who's already thrown a touchdown pass tonight. He's in the shotgun one more time. He's going to hand it off one more time. This time, John Dennis on this one. He's going to get about 6 on that. He's their workhorse guy. I expect to get him 15 to 20 carries. We're going to call that 6 on this one, a gang tackle by the BC Cadets. Various people, Cam Cody in on that. Herbert Scroggins III, also known just as third. Wilkes Albert also, a lot of talk about him early on by Coach Britt. Also Antonio Hansen-Mann, the safety, who had 2 interceptions in a game already. Tight formation now for Ware County, still 3 wides though. Hooks going to hand it off to Dennis. Dennis slips and falls, then he fumbles the ball, and it appears that he was able to get back on it. Benedictine is pointing in their direction. We'll see what the referees call. Dennis just slipped the ball. Not a good play to begin with. Slipped and fell, then couldn't hold on here. Great block, nice tackle there. Number 2, that's probably Bryce Baker, number 3 actually, who's been known for hitting and playing some hard defense. Great job to knock it free. Now it's 3rd and 7 with 4 wides for the Gators. Ware County right now with the 4 wide receiver set, 3 set down to the right side. Luke Hooks drops back to pass. He is under pressure early. He's on the run. The receiver's coming back to him. He's going to throw deep, and that's going to be picked off. Michael Williams with the pick, and he's going to go the other way. Good tackle right there by number 6, Ben Godwin, but not before Michael Williams sets up that BC offense at the 32-yard line. Luke Hooks with a very ill-advised pass right there, short on his receiver. Only person there to catch it was Michael Williams. You see Hooks on the run, couldn't get enough on it, thought he had his man. Williams right in position. I'll tell you, if they didn't make that tackle, he could have gone all the way into the end zone. So now we'll see what the BC offense can do. Long drive that stalled at the 3, missed field goal. We'll see what happens here this time around. They've got some momentum on offense. Croman Hoke is your quarterback in the shotgun in the pistol formation. He's going to hand off. It's going to be a flea flicker. He's got a man wide open in the end zone. And he's got him for the touchdown! Cadets! Rashawn Matthews. And this crowd is fired up.
Well, that switched the situation a little bit.
A little trickeration for the Cadets. Works out perfectly. Rashawn Matthews streaking down the field all by himself. The only cadet question was, could Croman Hoke get it to him and hit him right in stride, just in the right spot, and that's a touchdown. Rashawn Matthews has made some big plays in this game already, and now he's got the Cadets on the board. Connor Ferguson is your kicker. Remember, he didn't miss that field goal. He's going to put this one up for the extra point. That extra point is good this time, and it's 14-7, Ware County over Benedictine.
Well, these folks are in for a show tonight. Just feel the excitement shifting across the field.
Well, this crowd was waiting for something good to happen. They had been sitting on their hands with all the, unfortunately, the turnover, a 4th down that didn't end up in a missed field goal. Now, suddenly, you got a touchdown, and Ware County's looking back at the real Benedictine team that they knew they were going to see tonight. All right, we're here for your soothing touch kickoff one more time. This time, Benedictine will kick this off to Ware County. Back deep for Ware, Naz Adamson. Also, John Dennis, the running back, who's already scored a touchdown tonight. Connor Ferguson will do the kicking off. Connor threw me off wearing a 94. You don't see kickers wear 94 much, so. Boy, you can hear this crowd if you can through all the mics we have here. The sound is deafening, and Connor Ferguson, with a lot of energy there, kicks it all the way almost out of the end zone. Ware County will start with the ball on the 25. All right, Ware County now, 14-7. Lindy, what are you thinking if you're the Ware County offensive squad?
Same thing from the start. You got to keep the eye out, keep their focus on just what they came here to play. Nothing's changed in that respect. They got to make something happen and need to make it happen soon.
All right, well, we'll see. 3 wide receivers set way out to the left side. 1 running back and a tight end on this one, an extra offensive lineman, actually. The handoff goes to Dennis. Dennis will get up the middle. He's going to get 3, maybe 4, probably about 3 yards over there. Good tackle on the inside by Cam Cody, the sophomore, who's played a lot for this team and played very well. 6'2", 290, Lindy. He's a big man.
Oh, yeah.
And just a small man at a sophomore. So we'll see here at 2nd and 7. Hooks now will go an empty backfield with 5 wides. Hooks gets it. He will do a quick in there. That's going to gain about 3 more. Catch by Jasper Bolds. That'll be 3rd and 3. We're ticking down at the end of the first quarter here. 52 seconds left. Time for at least 1 more play here for Ware County. 3rd and 3. Hooks with the quick pass there. A lot of targets for him. 4 men, 5 receivers in this pattern. Quentin Orange is his usual top guy. He's the one who caught the touchdown earlier. Jasper Bolden's been involved. They're going to go ahead and call a timeout for the Gators in the air just before the end of the first half. Big 3rd and 3. First quarter, you don't think 3rd downs are that big, but I think with the momentum right now, this is huge for the Gators.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
well, this is the big one for us, but tonight on the Blitz, we got lots more coming for lots of action. John Paul Memorial Day, a little Cross River rivalry on that. Battery Creek, May River, Claxton and Groves, Butler and Savannah, Hilton Head Prep taking on St. Andrews. Got a lot of stuff. Bethesda Academy, always dangerous out there. I'm always interested when you get those cross ones between the Low Country and Savannah, though, Lindy.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it right there, 11:15 on WSAV. Some of the big games, including more highlights of this one than you see. Joey and company will be, Joey and Corey will be out there for you on WSAV. You're here on the CW. Andrew Davis with Lindy Brandon, 29.5 seconds left here. First quarter, 3rd and 4. Quick, Luke Hooks, the quarterback for Ware County, drops back to pass, and he will hit his man, Quentin Orange, and Orange will get that first down, gets about 10 on that. That's how the Gators get the first down, keeps the clock moving, and keeps the ball moving on this with 20 seconds. We'll see if they try to get one off right before the end of the first quarter.
Wait, this isn't the end of the first half?
No,
We've seen so much action.
They did bring in an extra offensive lineman on this, did Ware County. Big number 79, Messiah Franklin, is playing tight end on this one. Quick out, though, once again to Quentin Orange. And Orange will go ahead and get about 9. That's going to be how we end a wild and crazy first quarter. A lot of action, and boy, we've just started right here. 14-7, Ware County beating Benedictine. End of the first quarter. You're watching WSAV CW, Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
This segment of the WSAV-CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Soothing Touch Massage. Located in Port Wentworth, available 7 days a week to help you feel your best.
Hey, you know, did everybody tell you might have a future in this career?
Well, you know, trusted commercial spokesman is one of my...
Lindy Brannon, WSAV legend, with us tonight in the booth, and Benedictine grad from, I'll say it, 1971.
1971, and there's some more 71 grads out there, too. You know, it's an interesting thing about BC. I'm a member of an alumni group that I've only been eligible to join for 2 years.
Wow, there you go.
50 years or more, or you can't join.
Well, Ware County hoping to send some of those alumni home unhappy. Up 14-7 right now. They hand off right up the middle. That's R.J. Boyd, and Boyd was going to go no place on 2nd and 1. They looks to be just short or very close to that first down. By the way, first quarter, Luke Hooks for Ware County, 5 of 8 for 89 yards and a touchdown. His favorite target, Mr. Orange on that one. Quentin Orange, who's got 3 receptions for 70 in the TD. Of course, most of that came on the bomb, which was 54 yards, which went for a touchdown for the Gators. Coach Britt asking some more questions of the referees on this one about the spot. They're going to call it a first down, is what the referees are calling. That's why he wanted to talk. And Danny Britt, very expressive on the sidelines, is a nice way to put it, I think. Who gets more exercise, Danny Britt or his players?
Oh, I think it's Danny. You know, I think it's Danny. He's moving all the time.
All right, so it's first down for the Ware County Gators. They're at the 46-yard line, their own. It's going to be dropped back to pass Luke Hooks. He's going to dump it off to John Dennis. Dennis gets the pass, but not going anywhere. In fact, he may have even lost a half yard on that one. It'll be 2nd and 10. Good defense on the outside by the Cadets. You see, an open field tackle is a tough thing to do, especially against these good guys. That's our man Bryce Baker right there. Coach talked a lot about what Baker can do. 7 tackles against Jenkins, 9 against Chambers. He does all kinds of things for us, as Coach Britt said. Ware County now 2nd and 10. The fake on the, and Hooks is going to go deep. He's going for Orange again. It is picked off one more time. A beautifully played ball on that one. What a play by Michael Williams, his 2nd interception of the day. He was all over him like a cheap suit, Lindy.
That was something to see.
Well, Michael Williams is the star of the game so far for the Cadets. Hooks thought he could get Orange, who could leap him up. Orange 6'3" on him on his own right there. But Michael Williams played perfect coverage on that one. Comes down with his 2nd pick of the game. The BC offense now back on the field, looking for the tying touchdown. So Luke Hooks now 2 interceptions with that touchdown. Ware County going to have to stifle him again on defense. So BC with the ball. 4 wideouts on this one. Croman Hope. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That's going to not go very far to Samuel. You see here Samuel goes basically for 1, maybe 2 on that. Good tackle on the inside by Marquand Washington. Demetrius Baldwin in on that too. Washington not necessarily in the game right now, which could affect them. Jamar Burden, though, also playing for them. So we're at 2nd and 9 for the Cadets. Luke Croman-Hope back. He's going to hand it off again to Nas Samuel. Nasir Samuel goes no place. Flag at the end of the play. We'll see what the call is. Thrown right about the line. Our referee, Willie Dorsey. It's going to be a hold against the Cadets.
Personal foul, face mask. Here, 15-yard penalty. Play results in the first down.
That's what I get. I watched one referee point towards Ware County and gave what I thought was the holding, but instead they're going to say it was a face mask. The way it was late in the call, I should have realized that. So Samuel doesn't get any yards, but he gets 15 on the penalty. Ten minutes left here in the second quarter. Benedictine now with first down from their own 26-yard line. Luke Croman-Hope, the quarterback, drops back. A little bit of pressure. He's able to get it off quickly, though, to Edwards. Ashley Edwards with another catch, but only for about 3 this time. Good play on the outside. Jaden Jones with a nice open field tackle, and we called his name multiple times so far. Jones made sure he couldn't break that. Where it's 2nd and 7 here. Benedictine down 14-7 to Ware County. Had a touchdown called back early, have missed a field goal. Now the Cadets hoping to make this into the drive where they tie it up. Pressure inside. Cromanhoek was able to get it off after multiple pressures on that one. The last man with him wrapped up is Jamar Bearden. But boy, that was close to 2 different times. Zach, great presence of mind for Cromanhoek. That was Nick Simmons, who's been called a bunch too. He was all over him. Then Burden was on top. Cromanhoek got it off so he doesn't lose any yards, and now we're back at 3rd and 6. That could have been a disaster for the Cadets. Tight formation here. 4 wideouts on the top in a very tight formation. Now you see the man go across the cross. Cromanhoek looking to toss it up. Got a man wide open right there. Perfect pass, perfect catch.
No flags anywhere.
That's number 84 on that. Hayden Hoffman, the freshman, with a nice catch. A beautiful pass. Sat down in the zone perfectly. Hoffman, a big receiver out there. Now we're at the 43, Benedictine rolling on offense. Hand off to Samuel. Samuel is going to get about 6 on this one. Roll it over tacklers. C.J. Johnson finally brings him down, but not before the big gain. Man who can hit the hole hard. Samuel.
Hear the crowd respond when he pushed through there.
5'10", 190, but strong. Had the early touchdown against Jenkins. Not big yardage, but he's done it. And here's Cromanhoek on the outside. He said he's going to get involved in the run game, and he's got it this time on a design run for the first time. He'll get about 3. We'll be at 3rd and 1. He's been in the pocket having to run with pressure. This time was designed. Good tackle on that one. Give credit to 29 E.J. Methuselah, as well as C.J. Johnson. Break freeze. Whoa! Samuel dropped the ball at the end, but not for a big gain. May have gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit because a huge hole and a great job by Samuel. Watch what the line does right there, and then he just ducks through just when he needs it. Good block on the inside there.
Pops
Number
that ball
62,
and lands right on it.
Raphael Scroggins with an excellent block to spring him for about 20, and suddenly Benedictine's offense rolling into Ware County territory. 7:26 left here. Cadets in the gray. It's the handoff on the inside. Big hole, big cutback. Great job. Bryce Baker. Baker will get it down after another 20-yard gain. Starting to get that running game rolling are the Cadets.
High above the stadium here, you can just feel the momentum change as this game goes on. The energy.
Bryce Baker doesn't go down early at any point for them. Great job. He had 2 touchdowns against Jenkins. He had another touchdown against Chambers. 2nd string running back, 1st string safety linebacker, but doing all the business here. Here's Cromanhoek. Looked like he was going to pass. That's a touchdown up top for the Cadets. Take the run. Great play. That's to number 24 on that one. John Lilly, the tight end, the junior tight end. He's going to catch that pass and the touchdown. Little bit of trickeration there. Luke Cromanhoek sold this perfectly. Watch the run. He's going to run. Then he sees his man and throws it up top. And that's a touchdown. And suddenly, we're an extra point away from a tie ball game. Cromanhoek impressed you, Lindy?
Yes, indeed. It is something to watch. And listening to the coach earlier talking about just what we said earlier. This guy's got more than we've seen, and he's putting it on display tonight.
2 touchdowns already for Luke Cromanhoek, and we've got a brand new ball game, everybody. 14 all, 6:45 left in the second. You don't want to go anyplace. You're watching the WSNE CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. This segment of the CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by Nissan. Experience the thrill for yourself at your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Savannah. Ware County and Benedictine, two state champions facing off for the fourth time in 4 years. And all you missed so far was just a kickoff to the end zone. The Gators, who are up 14-0, suddenly the Cadets have stormed back, and we're all tied up with 6:45 left in the second quarter. This is Luke Hooks, the quarterback for Ware County. He's going to look downfield. He's going to look short, just off the hands of the intended wide receiver, Jamario Rice, on that one. Andrew Davis here with Lindy Brannon. I'll tell you, Lindy, this has been a big game of swings so far.
We are watching the biggest game in the state of Georgia tonight, and these guys prove it every play. It's a great night to be in the ballpark.
So Ware County in pretty much full pass mode right now. Not a lot of running, haven't gotten a lot of yardage on that. John Dennis is their leading guy normally, and he has not been able to find much running room. Luke Hooks, the quarterback, in the 4 wide receiver set now, second and 10. Here's Hooks, who's got a man wide open over the middle, finally finds him right there. Cole Cox had yardage all over the place. He's going to get about 23 yards on that one. Cole Cox's first catch of the game, wide open. It just took a minute for Hooks to find him, but when he did, he was wide there and got a bunch of yards.
You made that look easy.
Michael Williams, who's got 2 picks on the day, made that tackle after the catch. Ware County now at their own 45-yard line, first down. Here's Hooks, who's going to hand it off to Dennis. Dennis was able to get the corner for the first time. There's a flag. We'll see what the call is. It looks like it could be in the area of holding. We'll wait for the referee's call, Willie Dorsey.
Earl, so previous spot.
Yep, he spun the tackle on that side.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Right on the inside there, before you saw the jersey tug on Dennis, the tackle had spun his D-end around on that one, and that's what they ended up catching. So suddenly, Ware County's drive, which had been going so smoothly instead, is now at 2nd and 23. Excuse me, 1st and 23. Luke Hooks, your quarterback, 4 wides, 1 running back. Hooks will dump it quickly to Dennis. Had no choice. Dennis is able to break 1 tackle, but won't get away from there. Great job on the outside. Again, a one-on-one tackle. Number 32, Wilkes Albert. Coach had nothing but good things to say about Wilkes Albert out there. Did Coach Britt, while he was saying less than 50 tackles now away from being the all-time Benedictine tackles leader. So we'll be at 2nd and about 18 on this one for Ware County. Clock ticking, 5:28 left. Hooks, the junior. Big pressure. It's going to be a screen to Dennis. Dennis has a lot of running room. Great tackle. Saved a touchdown, odds are, on that one. Number 9, Antonio Hansen, man, probably saved the score. Great play call here. You saw the D lineman go up, Lindy, and then Dennis had a lot of room. But still, not even a first down because of man's tackle. So we're at 3rd and 5, right at the 50-yard line for the Gators. Here's Hooks back to pass again. He'll dump it off again, this time right through the hands of his intended receiver, C.J. Johnson. And it'll be 3rd, 4th, and 5. And Ware County will line up to punt. The first stop of its kind in this way by the Cadet defense. Back to punt, Will Bates. He's the kicker and the punter in this case. Although you don't see this very often because they have so many guys on the roster. There are 4 kickers listed on Ware County's roster right now. But Bates has been the one doing most of the kicking and doing all the kicking so far. That's going to be Rashawn Matthews back. And he's just going to try to kick it to the side and away from Matthews. That's actually Samuel, but just kick it. Got a good bounce if you're a Gator fan, and they're going to be down to about the 13-yard line. Right, Benedictine's offense been rolling so far for a couple drives. Luke Kromenhoek so far, 9 of 13, 114 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with doing some damage on the ground as well. So Luke Kromenhoek, the Florida State commit, said he loved the Seminoles. They were on him early, even when he was playing safety, playing wide receiver, not even playing quarterback, but they knew they had a talent when they saw him at a camp, and they've proven that. Coach Britt calls him simply a special athlete so far. He's had a rushing TD in 3 games before this as well. So 4:31 left. We are tied at 14. Here's Kromenhoek. Now with the man split out to each side. He's going to drop back to pass, looking over the middle. A lot of time. He's got a man deep. He overthrows Rashawn Matthews. Matthews, a lot of speed. He's able to just miss him on that one. There is a cadet down on the field right now. Lost his helmet. Ware County going over to their coach is going to get a chance for sort of a free timeout as the man gets some work on the field. Looks like he's going to get up okay, hopefully. Working on the number for you. Give credit to the training staff, Lindy. They're always tough. That's a lot of work they have to do to keep these kids in good shape, but also if they get injured, make sure they know how bad is it and should they still be on the field. Right there in the middle, it appears. Nope, it was a little sort of block to the head on that one.
Yeah.
That's Ashley Edwards. Edwards has caught a bunch of balls so far already for BC in this game, so we'll see. He looks to be okay. Walked off on his own, ran off under his own power.
The care these players receive has changed so much over the decades. Just the number of people looking to take care of them and make sure they're okay.
So you'll hear more about him later on, Mr. Ashley Edwards, who's had a nice game so far for BC. Here's Kromenhoek. He's going to hand off in a quick toss right over the middle. And right up the middle on that one, that was Samuel. And Samuel will get about 2, 3. We'll give him 3 on that. And we'll be at 3rd and 7. Big offensive line from BC. Not getting a lot of holes. We talked about the size that they had. Ware County didn't seem to be too worried. That's Dwayne Burden in on that. Naz Adamson also in the middle of that too, making the play as linebackers. All right, 3rd and 7 here. Kromenhoek, the quarterback for Benedictine. He's going to drop back now. He looks to run. No, he's going to throw. Looking for his man. Almost picked off on that. Nice play by Ben Godwin to step in front of Ashley Edwards, who is back on the field. And that's going to be a 4th down for Benedictine. And their first punt of the day. Gator defense stifled them. Edwards still holding his stomach a little bit. Got a shot on a block there. It's hard to see from the distance, but he should be okay. Already back on the field. Here's Connor Ferguson. He's your kicker and your punter for the Cadets. Back deep, Jaden Jones for the Gators. 3:46 here. Tie score, Ware County, Benedictine. 4th and 7 for the Cadets. Here's Ferguson, who gets a booming punt off. Jones will get a chance to pick it up, though. He got a block. He's got 2 blocks on this one. Not much more. Well, no, he's going to break another tackle. Now he's up 3. Nothing going on. He's going to cut back across the field. And almost tackled and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. Jaden Jones, a magician on this one, to get as many yards as he could out of a play that looked like it was dead 2 or 3 times.
Oh, wait till we see this again.
Jaden Jones shown a lot on defense. Now watch this, one tackle there. Finds his way to the outside, does a good job getting the block. Nice job by the Gators, not blocking in the back to make this happen. And Jones does a lot himself. The kicker tries to bring him down to no avail before finally Irvin Jobs is able to bring him down, or else that could have been all the way in. Instead, the Gators, though, in business at the 21. Here's Luke Hooks, the quarterback, in the shotgun, 4 wides. Got his man on the outside, looked like a push. They're going to throw the flag. It was a play on the outside. The ball may have been uncatchable. but they threw the flag on that one, just a push as he was going out of bounds. I believe that's Zachary Maxwell, if I'm looking at it correctly, number 5. Danny Britt doesn't like the call. I think the question would be, could anybody have caught that ball?
Defense, half the distance to the goal.
It was an immediate call by the referee on that one. We didn't get a good look. It's going to be just out of our screen, but you can see how far ahead that receiver was. Got pushed in the back basically for no reason because that ball was not catchable. But in this case, they called it and called pass interference. So now half the distance to the goal puts it at just outside the 10-yard line for the Gators. Ware County can get a first down inside the 1. They're going to be in that 4-wide set with 1 running back. Luke Hook's the quarterback, looking to dump it. Then he gets hit and fumbles. Who's got it? It's a big scrum underneath. And it's going to be Jackson that ball. A huge sack, a huge play. One more time, Bryce Baker doing the job from the linebacker spot. Hooks fumbles on that one. Huge stick. Watch Hooks, nothing he can do here. Baker, a great rush. Popped right in there. Then somebody tries to grab it. 53 there, the center. Zeke Carter, the senior, tries to get it. Can't hold on, and the Cadets will end up with this ball and end the drive of the Ware County Gators. Boy, momentum is certainly on the side of Benedictine.
It's palpable. You can feel it in the air as it moves around here.
Here's Luke Cromenhoek. He's going to hand it off inside. Good break by Samuel, and Samuel finally with some running room on that. He's going to get about 8 on that one. Nazir Samuel. So second down and about 2:55 left here, running clock. And boy, the student section is fired up now. They can feel the energy in here for the Cadets. The home game playing dividends with this crowd. Here's Cromenhoek. Dumping it off quickly right there to that freshman again.
Whoa!
Hayden Hoffman, who's able to get out of the tackle. He'll get the first down after a gain of about 6. That's a big, tall freshman that they got to throw to. Trying to make a little extra happen, but got the first down, which is what they wanted. Stop the clock. 2:38 left here. Here's Cromenhoek. He's going to dump it off quickly on the outside. That's the speedy Chris Frazier, but nothing doing. Losing there. 4. Great play on that one by Nick Simmons. Boy, we've called his name a ton for Ware County so far.
Having a great game.
So that's a loss of about 4 on that one for Ware County as they make the big defensive play. Benedictine now 2:16, clock running, 2nd and 14. Cromenhoek out of the shotgun. Going to look back to the sideline, take a little more time, and we're going to call an offside, I believe, on the defense on Ware County on this one.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty.
There's Willie Dorsey. We've heard from him a few times tonight, to the chagrin of Ware County, who had him backed up at 2nd and 14. Now instead, 2nd and 9. 2:04 clock running now. Benedictine and Ware County tied here at 14 from Memorial Stadium. Here's Luke Cromenhoek, the Florida State commit, looking to run, and he's got a lot of room. A lot of room. There's 15, 20, 25. Wow. Almost 30 yards for Cromenhoek by the time you're finished. 26 yards on the scramble. And boy, he's shown his legs have paid dividends.
What a game he is putting together tonight.
Coach said you're not seeing the stats in the games, but he's been winning. This time he's putting up the numbers too. From the 38-yard line, he's getting all the way down to the 39 of Ware County. Now he's got a man open on this one right on the outside. That's Rashawn Matthews. He's going to break 2 tackles, and he's going to get outside for about 15 more. Boy, Matthews is a weapon right now for the Cadets. That speed is causing major issues on the outside. We talked about the tempo. Quick tempo is paying dividends right now. Ware County feeling it on defense with that tempo. They've had to go ahead and call a timeout, get their defensive blow. You see that huge crowd out here on the Benedictine side basically full. The entire stands at Memorial Stadium. A lot of students, a lot of alumni. There was tailgating coming on. So you watching this one, you'll see highlights of this on the Friday Night Blitz on WSAV at 11:15. We've also got a whole lot of other things. Wheeler County, Montgomery County, Metter, Jeff Davis, some of the outer counties getting some tight games. I want to see what Effingham County and Southeast Bullock do. Southeast Bullock is a dangerous team right now, and they've put something together. Effingham County had a lot of heat to begin the year, have not done as well so far. Lindy, not a traditional rivalry, but that Bullock-Effingham thing means something.
Oh, and it's going to grow, too, as the populations are shifting and that area gets more people. You're going to see that rivalry increase.
Absolutely. Calvary Day, we're going to see them in a couple weeks against Christian. We think this could be the game of the year. That may be the game of the year, too. And we got them both right here on the Friday Night Blitz on the WSAV CW. 11:15, though, on WSAV. You get to see all the highlights from all the best high school games around the area. So we're 1:29 left here in the second quarter. Andrew Davis with Lindy Brannon. Tie score, Ware County, Benedictine. 1st and 10 for the Cadets at the 21-yard line of Ware County. The quarterback is Luke Cromenhope. Big prospect, proven it so far. 2 touchdowns passing already. He's going to use his legs one more time this time, but it's going to go no place. Great job stifling him on the defensive side. Kendra Stanley, who's already made a big play in this game, is one of the first men to get him, but look at the D-line stuffing him. You see Stanley and many other guys on top of him. Also Dwayne Burden, who he called. Not going to let Cromenhope get outside and do any damage. Here's Cromenhope back to pass. He's got a man open in the corner. Can he get there? Almost a one-handed catch. Just on the outside. Good coverage, but almost there, just to the outside. Chris Frazier was the man missing that one. Cromenhope with a good toss, but to the opposite shoulder from where Frazier was looking. Also like to apologize, we got 2 84s on the roster, so it's not the freshman Hayden Hoffman, but it's LaDon Bryant, who's actually 6'3", 173, had 2 touchdowns against Chambers. Should have realized he was going to be a big target for them instead. So LaDon Bryant, my apologies. You've done a great job so far on this one. Hayden Hoffman, well, you got a little extra love, but unfortunately Bryant's doing the damage over here. We've got double numbers. So LaDon Bryant, 84 on this one. So when we see him pop up, he's been a dangerous weapon so far for this team. Right now we are at 3rd and 10. A lot of fumbles. Fumble snap. We'll see. A lot of guys on top. I think BC got it back. But it's going to be 4th down and about 13. 41 seconds left. Tie ball game. All right, so we got down to the clock, 25 seconds left. It's the timeout for Ware County, who thinks maybe they could miss the field goal, get it blocked, and get the ball back in time. We'll see on this play, big push by the D-line, Benedictine's line, but this was just a tough snap. It was snapped before Cromenhope was ready. He was trying to move somebody around, move the running back, and got lucky actually to hold on to this. Good thought process by the O-lineman, by everybody. A lot of gray shirts on top of that one. That's going to save at least a chance, apparently, at a field goal. 43 yards is a long field goal in high school, though. All right, so here we are. What do you do? 43 yards is a long field goal, Lindy. Lindy Brandon here with me. You know, Connor Ferguson, does he have the leg, or do you go for this at 4th and 13?
Well, I'm going to go the other way this time. I'm going to say go for the kick.
All right. So far, you got a big crowd up there. Cromenhope has his helmet off. I'm not sure if that means anything other than him taking the helmet out. 4th and 13, you figure you're not going to punt because you're at the 25-yard line. Offense has been rolling, but it's been a lot of running so far, not the passing game that you hope. We'll see what Coach Britt decides to do. He does like to gamble. 25 seconds left here in the first half. Tie ball game. They did bring the kicker out. Connor Ferguson is going to try this from 42. Your holder is Houston Jackson. Connor Ferguson, 42-yard field goal here for the Cadets. It's up. It's got the distance way deep. Great kick by Connor Ferguson. He's got it with 20 seconds left in the first half. And for the first time all game, the Benedictine Cadets have the lead. Connor Ferguson with a very impressive kick that was good from 50 plus on that one. Good decision this time by Coach Britt, who did let him kick before, and he got it off the upright, had the confidence in his kicker, and it paid off. So the Cadets now look with 20 seconds left. You never say never on what could happen from the Gator side, but appear to potentially take this lead into half.
Into the half, and I'm sure that was the goal 15, 20 minutes ago, and it looked like it could go another way.
A huge kick there by Connor Ferguson. Talk about these kickers in high school who now have big legs and are able to do a lot of damage. Not the biggest guy in the world, but certainly did what he needed to there. Suddenly, BC looks to be walking into halftime with the lead when at one point they were on the ropes. But as you said, 17 points isn't going to win this game, Lindy. And here we are one more time, the soothing touch kickoff. Kickoff by Ferguson. This will be returnable this time. See how much damage they can do. Taking on the outside, that's John Dennis. Dennis is going to get it past the 30 to the 35 to the 36-yard line. An excellent kickoff return. 11 seconds left. Ware County, though, out of timeouts. They have been able to get deep once in this game. On the play action, you know they'll play a lot of deep safeties, though. Benedictine not going to let him get past him to get a shot at a field goal to tie it. In a dime package for Benedictine right now. Going to play people deep on this one. Antonio Hansen-Mann looks to be the deepest of them. He's about 20 yards off the ball, two safeties deep. They're just going to hand this ball off instead to R.J. Boyd. A fumble on the play, and suddenly Benedictine's got the ball. 1.3 seconds left. The fumble again, this time R.J. Boyd, the junior, puts it on the ground, and Benedictine back in play, but 1.3 seconds left. We know Croman Hoke's got an arm. You figure he's throwing it up for grabs. And that guy we mentioned before, LaDon Bryant, the big man, 6'3", 175, has caught multiple balls in the first half. You figure he's going to be a target if they can get it to him. Watch it again.
Be a fun few seconds
trying
here.
to make things happen, did R.J. Boyd. Kept going, had a good shot here, and then good tackle, and the strip, number 2 on that one, Michael Williams. Michael Williams has 2 picks and a fumble caused and a fumble recovery so far in the first half of this game. And BC, yes, it looks like they're going to throw it up, or they at least look like they're going to do it. Luke Croman Hoke with the ball. It's going to roll out. Pressure from Ware County. He's going to throw it up for grabs. We'll see where it goes. He looks like he could have a man. A lot of contact down there. No flag, though. The fans on the BC side wanted it, but what they get? A lead at halftime. 17-14. Boy, you're going to want to stay around for halftime, as well as the second half of this game. It's going to be just as good as you come. You're watching the WSNE CW Friday Night Blitz. Game of the week. We'll be back with a full halftime show of great things.
Welcome back. Now it's time for the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show. Sponsored by Ann Market. Fresh choices, friendly faces.
Well, a lot of friendly faces on that Ware County side right now, though, but unhappy faces. Up 14-0 at one point, now down 17-14 to the BC Cadets right here at halftime. Opioid overdose is a fast-growing crisis that we can prevent, but all too many times, young or visit This message is brought to you by the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. We now ask that you recognize a moment of silence for students and members of our community lost to opioid overdose. Thanks so much for that. It really is a dangerous time with all these students here. You want to make sure everyone is protected and knows the right thing to do in these cases.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have been able to watch such an exciting game so far. I mean, we came here with the expectation of a lot of scoring. Now it's 17, what do we got here? 17-14 now. We're halfway on the way to a big score. What do you think, though? Is it going to continue that way with lots of scoring in the second half? Or are these coaches going to have a little different message for their
you
teams?
said it's going to be high scoring, so I'm going to go with you right now. And we always like to see that. We've seen a lot so far. Good defense, a lot of good offense. One of those guys, Ashley Edwards, has had a heck of a game so time. And if you think about resilience, Lindy, you're talking about Ashley Edwards, the running back for the Benedictine Cadets. Right now, there's no better way to describe the senior, and he definitely caught the eye of our sports team this week. Joey Lamar has his story.
If I had to go into a fist fight, into an alley somewhere, he and Luke Cromahawk are the two guys I'm taking with me.
The toughness coming from everything he has overcome.
My 6th grade year, I tore my ACL and meniscus.
Ashley said the tears happened during spring ball. The injury, combined with being skipped ahead during his 7th grade year, caused him to miss all of middle school ball.
Freshman year, it was like I didn't play as much, so it wasn't more risk. But sophomore year, scrimmage, broke my ankle, came back.
Just in time to help Benedictine secure the school's first state championship in Class 4A.
Junior year, last game of the season, it was a reschedule. I had tore my ACL, meniscus, and my MCL.
In the span of 5 years, Ashley tore both ACLs, menisci, and broke his left ankle. He said some days were tough mentally, so he looked to his teammates for strength.
Being out here every day with these guys and with my team, it's like a family. So I would never give up on my family at all.
Coaches, teammates, and even his mom will refer to Ashley as Ack, a name given to him from his father and playing sports. He says Ack is what the outside world sees, but Ashley is more private.
Everybody know Ack, but nobody really know Ashley like that, so I kind of take pride in both names.
And Ack wants to play at the next level, but injuries have limited his senior recruitment.
He's just not very tall. He's like me, not real tall guy, and doesn't have all the numbers, which recruiting often comes down to numbers. Do you have the exact measurements that they are looking for?
Indy, and you look at this and say, he's torn both the ACLs, he's broken his ankle. I have trouble getting out of bed sometimes, and this guy's out here playing football.
Yeah, everybody knows Ack, but nobody knows Ashley. He is certainly putting on a performance this year in football.
Well, hopefully somebody's going to give him a chance at that next level. Big chance for a big game coming up here. We've got a great one for you right now on the Friday Night Blitz.
This segment of the WSAV-CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, brought to you by N Market. Fresh choices, friendly faces.
Welcome back. Now, more of the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show. Sponsored by N Market. Fresh choices, friendly faces.
The Gator Marching Band taking over Memorial Stadium right now with some beautiful music for everybody. Right now, the BC Cadets, though, have had all the tunes on their side. 17-14 halftime lead for Benedictine in this battle of state champions. And what's interesting about it is, you said, Benedictine just won their first 4A state championship because they had been already moved once. Now we're talking about it one more time, that BC could be up in 5A or maybe even if it's 6A if it happens eventually.
Well, this is something that comes around every couple of years, and schools are just waiting to find out where they're going to be and whether they're going up or whether they're staying where they are. And there's so many things involved when that happens. I mean, you're potentially an entirely different set of competitors you're looking to
Well, that
face.
was the debate on the Thursday Night Blitz Countdown. Joey Lamar and Corey Howard talking about exactly what may happen next to some of our schools in our area when it comes to reclassification.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Of course, it's halftime of our game of the week between Ware County and Benedictine. I'm Joe Lamar. I'm joined by Corey Howard. Corey, it's discussion time.
Yes.
This is a big week for the GHSA. If you're a GHSA nerd, you are paying attention this week because they are going through reclassification.
Yeah.
All right? So let's take a look at what the reclassification committee is kind of talking about. This happens every 2 years, and there's always speculation about what to do with the private schools. During last year's reclassification process, Kurt Miller, this is the person who chaired the committee. He almost started World War III, okay? He said he wanted the private schools to compete for a championship without the public schools, all right?
Okay.
Now, that plan never materialized, but
Nope.
it's always a hot topic. Here's what we do know. The GHSA will cut down the classifications from 8 overall to 7 overall. Remember, Class Single A is split into separate classes, Division I and Division II. All right, we asked a couple of coaches on Media Day what they thought about reclassification. Here's what they had to say.
I hope that, the classification or the reclassification benefits everybody. Like I could talk about football and how it benefit us, talk about basketball, how it benefit them, but I think if it benefits everybody as far as seat time and everything else. We can't just take a year off because we get out of a different region or different classification. With them dissolving 7A and going to, if they do indeed move us to a different region, or they might put us in our old region. I mean, whoever's wearing the Wildcat uniforms is going to play extremely hard.
I have no idea. Like, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I don't even get too mixed up in it because last year or 2 years ago, I thought it'd be different. And I didn't think we'd be in 3A, but I've liked 3A. I mean, probably whichever way we go, we'll still be with Calvary and Christian and, playing the Savannah Public Schools. I saw in the paper the other day that we have the 3rd least traveled miles of any team, so that's always nice. When I'm home in my bed at a decent hour on a Friday night.
That is always good. I guess he's not the party animal we thought. Yeah. All right, I'm just teasing, Coach. All right, Corey, what are your top concerns going into reclassification?
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm with John as far as
being in bed on Friday night.
Well, that's nice too. But as far as saying I have no idea, like I had no idea. But from the standpoint of, I mean, you want every team to be on a fair playing ground, and you want that for all the kids. You want them to all have a chance to compete and be able to show their skill sets and just be able to have the chance of winning that state title. So ultimately, the private schools, they're in a position where they can kind of pick which guys and players they want. And, people say that's unfair. And I mean, I could see the argument to that side. So how does this multiplier work? There's so many extra factors that, just combine into this thing. I don't think that it's just an easy solution that we could even sum up in one segment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
even though we're trying.
You're right. They can't satisfy everybody, but there are a couple things that I think could be changed. One of them is looking at how spaced out these regions are. Okay, let's pull up this graphic. All right, let's look at how spaced out these regions are. This is Region 2, 6A. Okay,
Yeah.
We've got Brunswick, Glen Academy, they're near each other. Effingham County, South Effingham, they're near each other. But then we go all the way up to Augusta. We got Lakeside, Grovetown, and Evans. Like, we're going from Brunswick all the way up to Augusta.
Right, yeah.
That's almost a 3.5, 4 hour trip. And when you talk about it for football, it's okay because it's every other year. But you talk about it for basketball, softball, baseball, you're doing that stuff every year. That's brutal.
Well, not even every year. Like, you know, you got weeks within basketball. It can be a quick turnaround. You could be making that trip in a couple of days, and it really makes the parents miss out on memories. You know what I'm saying? The parents don't get to go to some of the games. Because I know my parents can show up to every one of my games just because sometimes, I mean, first of all, they were working, but, you know, depending on how far it was, they didn't drive to Stevensville, which was an hour, 30 minutes away from the Metroplex I played in. So I can relate to some of these kids when it comes to proximity.
Yeah, that's brutal. Statesboro's region also pretty brutal. They have to go all the way down to Ware County, and I just think that's just too much.
Yeah.
Other issue, a lot of these regions only have 5 teams, okay? Right. If you have 5 teams in a region, that means 4 make the playoffs.
Right.
So if you don't lift a weight, wait, let me get country on you. If you don't lift NAM weight, if you don't go to NAM practice, read NAM book, nothing, you got an 80% chance to still make the playoffs and you haven't done anything. I mean, and that's just, you know, I don't think that's right. You know, it's not really, we're handing out participation trophies because it's not really competitive because everybody makes the playoffs. 80% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, but hey, it's all about who lifts the trophy at the end. So, you know, but I get what you're saying. Though.
Yeah, and that's another time we don't have time to get to it today, but having all those classifications has watered down the playoffs. But we'll get to that topic soon. We're going to return to that. All right. So for Corey Howard, I'm Joey Lamar. We're going to send it back to Andrew. Here you go, Andrew.
Well, you heard it right there. Reclassification, whatever you want to call it. Everything from college football down to high school. Everybody's talking about it these days.
Well, it's interesting. They're talking about the difference between the sports, too, how this affects football and in particular basketball differently because of the schedules and the amount of travel involved.
You know who else is talking about it? The Big Ten, the SEC, the Big 12, everybody else, now that they're spread across the country. So very interesting to see what they did. We'll see what happens with Benedictine, some of these other private schools who could be jumped up significantly at this point. So we are almost done with halftime. Got lots more coming up for you in a great game right here from Memorial Stadium. Benedictine 17, Ware County 14. We'll see what happens coming up in the second half.
You've been watching the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show, sponsored by N Market. Stick around, the second half is coming right up.
This segment of the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Nissan. Experience the thrill for yourself at your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today.
Absolutely. Nissan getting their money's worth, as are the fans so far. 17-14, Benedictine beating Ware County. Andrew Davis here with Lindy Brandon, a Benedictine grad, but he's trying to root for both teams, I promise.
Trying to be fair. Some of as much as I can. I've slipped a few times, though.
But this has really become an incredible rivalry. 3 years. Right now, Ware County leads a 2-1 edge. Both teams that won the state title last year. But it's become something that's special, and we've been here a couple times now in a row to watch it, including, tonight looks great. We've had some good ones in the rain and such, but it was just a couple of years ago. Benedictine and Gators right here put on a classic. I want to show you a little bit of that.
Third down and 9. Gerner looking down the field. Tip caught. Justin Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown Benedictine.
Oh my gosh. Goldstein on that call, a duel of all-state quarterbacks. Holden Gerner, Thomas Castellanos put on an offensive showcase. When all the dust settled, you talk about points, how about 49-42 on this one? An incredible game between these two teams, two best in the area. That was just the beginning for Thomas Castellanos, though. We're talking about the quarterbacks, and they have moved on to bigger and better things. Luke Cromenhoek heads to college, but both of those guys doing some real damage, including Thomas himself from Ware County, the star, now doing some damage over in college. Take a look.
They're bringing it right up the middle. Castellanos is flushed. Oh, he's in big trouble here. Trying to find something downfield. This is Fran Tarkinen-esque. Now he throws for Bond, and he has him for the first down.
That was a fourth down play. I don't think they drew it up that way, but Castellanos did a great job with that one. He's over at Boston College right now after being named All-State quarterback in 2020. Went to Central Florida, now at BC. He was in relief. You saw it, 13-28, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns on this one against Northern Illinois. He entered the game and did a lot, nearly leading the comeback. Some of that was razzle-dazzle. We showed you right there, made him so popular in Georgia. Eagles did fall 27-24, but it looks like they may have a new star over here at Boston College, and he's right out of Ware County. Meanwhile, that guy Gerner we were telling you about over at Benedictine, well, he did some damage too. Not in the ACC, but in the SEC for Auburn. That's right, Holden Gerner now in parts of a trio of talented quarterbacks at Auburn University. Last week he saw significant playing time against UMass. Hit a couple of deep bombs. You saw one right there. Led the Tigers to a scoring drive. He is third on the depth chart, but I'm not sure what Auburn's doing, and I think Holden could get some time by the time the season's over.
Look at that run.
What a great Benedictine player. You watched him play.
Oh, yeah. And just these last few years have been so exciting. As you've talked about earlier in this game, the BC's just changed the level of football they're playing.
You didn't see a lot of these quarterbacks going to the SEC schools at any point, certainly, but now it's becoming a regular thing for our area to put some of the top players at the top schools in the nation. And that includes right here, we're going to see a lot of hot shot guys going to the SEC, ACC, and among other places. Right now, though, they're just worried about this game. Benedictine 17, Ware County 14. Ware scored the first 14 of this game. Benedictine came back and scored 17 unanswered to take the lead, to take control. Ware now gets the kickoff to start the second half. What do they need to do to get back in this game?
Well, we're still where we were before. I mean, it's got to happen fast. And now they've lost that first half to take that quick start.
Well, the biggest plays here will be the turnovers. 4 turnovers in the game for Ware County. Hooks the quarterback 9 of 15, 129, 2 interceptions to go with 1 touchdown, and not a lot on the ground. A total of 32 rushing yards, 129 passing. Not the balance that Ware County was hoping for to make this happen. You see the numbers and the dominance in yardage for Benedictine, but the biggest one is that bottom one, 4 turnovers.
Oh, that's it there. You can't win the game with 4 more turnovers in the second half. So we have to see a different kind of game from Ware County.
And good news for Ethan, our stat guy. There are only 5 penalties after 20 plus the last 2 games that he did. We're going to let him stay now since he came up with good stats and didn't end up with a bunch of penalties. So Here we are for the Soothing Touch kickoff for the second half. 2 men deep, including guys whose name we called a lot. Jaden Jones, he's going to be on the right side, and they're going to kick it off to him. Actually, kick it all the way to the end zone on this one. A rowdy crowd on the BC side. The Ware County fans a little more subdued than they were in the first quarter. So Luke Hooks, we said 9 of 15, almost 130 yards, but the 2 picks are the biggest one right now. Both of them set up BC in position to score. And Ware County does get the ball on this one. The BC defense done what they need to, stripping the ball, getting it away from the playmakers, and making sure that nothing bad was happening at the same point, and have held them after those first 2 drives to no points. So here we are with 3 wide receivers set off to the left side. Luke Hooks, the quarterback, the junior. He's going to hand it off to John Dennis. To John Dennis up the middle. He's going to get a big chunk of yards. About 17 on that one. That's by far his biggest run of the day. Ware County trying to establish themselves on the ground, and they're going to go hurry up.
Yeah, that was the way they wanted the game to start, right there.
So there was Dennis. Big chunk of yards. They go hurry up here. Once again to Dennis. This time nothing doing. Big stop on the inside. Cam Cody one more time on this one, the big D end, wrapping him up and make sure he didn't go anywhere. 6'2", 290. Hard man to get away from. So now, 2nd and 11 for Ware County. The Gators on the board early, haven't been able to put together a drive since. Here's Hooks, the quarterback, the junior. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man just over, throws him out of his stretched arms. Zacchaeus White just missed him on that one. Hooks, big shoes to fill. Last year's quarterback that took them all the way to the state title game and won that game, transferred out before the season, and Hooks has been the man. Right now, we'll have to see what he's got going in the second half with the biggest game of his career so far. And here we are, 3rd and 11. Luke Hooks, your quarterback. 5 wide receivers on this one. Play clock running down. Plenty of time still. Hooks will drop back. Looking deep. He's got a man. He just overthrows him again. Had somebody deep on that one. Number 23, that's Jamario Rice. Jamario Rice had a step on his guy. Hooks couldn't hit him, and Ware County will have to punt again.
They've just had the toughest time capturing the momentum and holding on to it for any length of time.
Well, they had 2 good drives early. They had a bomb for a touchdown. BC couldn't get out of their own way. They made a penalty on a touchdown that they got called back. Suddenly, though, it looks like things have switched, but it's still only a 3-point game is what we have to remember. So it's a long way from over on this one. There's Will Hayes, who's going to get it on the roll. Picked up on that side by Rashawn Matthews. Sorry, Samuel, nope. I'm going to call them all. That's Michael Williams. By the way, Michael Williams is our player of the first half. He had 2 interceptions, forced a fumble, and recovered one for BC so far. Wasn't able to get much done on that one. Instead now, BC, though, will still start at their own 33-yard line. Luke Cromenhoek, the quarterback, we've been talking a lot about him. 12 of 19, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 44 yards on the ground as well to really pace this entire Benedictine offense. And he will start with 5 wides, 4 of them off to the left side. But he's going to run it himself instead. Talked about the arm. Now he's got the legs again. And he's going to keep pushing forward. He's going to get 8, almost 9 yards on that one. And he's now officially your leading rusher in the game for BC. Look at him move those legs, drive and drive and drive with the big guys hanging on to him. Nasir Samuel in the first half did have 46 yards. Cromenhoek now over 50, and here is Samuel on the play, and he's going to get that first down. He's going to get about 4 on that one. When it comes to your pass receivers, Rashawn Matthews was the guy. He had 3 receptions, 51 yards and a touchdown, had another one called back by penalty, and his speed has been obvious out on this field. So here's first down for the Cadets. Back in a 3-wide set, tight end and 1 running back, Samuel. Now Samuel's going to go split out himself. Empty backfield. Cromenhoek looking to run. Designed run for Cromenhoek. He's going to get about 5 as he holds up for a few guys. So a definitive change of plan here for Danny Britt. Letting Cromenhoek run, telling him to run now.
You know, we're just seeing this part of his game develop right in front of us tonight.
Well, and I'll tell you, Danny wanted to make sure he had 200 yards rushing and 150 passing. He's already close to the 150 passing, and he's going to get there with the 200 if this keeps up. So here's Cromenhoek again, back to pass. Dumping it off quickly on the outside. We've seen his name, Chris Frazier, quick, lightning quick out there, but unable to break any tackles. Nice tackle, though, on the outside himself. Number 11, Nick Simmons. Boy, we called Nick's name a ton. As a linebacker and a safety, really doing a nice job. 2 blockers out front for Griffin, but wasn't able to get past Simmons, who made a nice open field job. So we're at 3rd and 3 right here. New personnel in the game. Bryce Baker, who did a nice job on the ground in a couple drives. 3 wides as well. They're going to hand it to Baker. He will break free. He will get the first down and much, much more. He looks like he could go all the way. Bryce Baker is going to go all the way. 48 yards for the touchdown. Bryce Baker and the Cadets strike first in the second half. Your second string running back, number 1 in the hearts of Cadet fans right now. A 48-yard touchdown scramble for Bryce Baker. Watch it here, watch him get through the middle. Lindy, then it was the cutback which will make the difference. Good vision, gets past his own guy, and then open field, and nobody's going to catch him. Nobody's going to catch him on that one. Baker known as much for his defense as his offense, but right there, he's a star on offense for the touchdown. 24-14, the Cadets now leading the Gators. 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Bryce Baker, every time he's touched the ball, he's made something happen. 2 carries, 67 yards, including that touchdown.
Now, this is the way all those folks who were tailgating right across the street were looking for the game to go today. Such a big crowd for BC tailgating it here when they're here at Memorial Stadium.
They do love their team, there's no question. The alumni come out in force to before the game to see each other, but also during the game to cheer on their team.
They do it out of town, too.
There you go. They make it out of town. Well, because they're having fun. Why wouldn't you do it out of town if you can? And they've gone a long way so far. This is only the 2nd game in Savannah for Benedictine so far. They've traveled all over the earth, it feels like. I call them road warriors. They've been so many miles they put on those trucks to get there. Coach Britt said he's getting home at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. His wife doesn't even know he is half the time. We're here for your soothing touch kickoff one more time. Benedictine will kick it deep. Connor Ferguson. That one's going to go deep in the end zone. Big leg, as Ferguson showed on that 42-yard field goal, and kick it in the end zone. Now you're the Gators. You've really relied a lot on the passing game so far. Hooks is not hooked up with his guys. Meanwhile, Hooks won't be available, but a lot of the seniors you're going to see right here are back at the Blitz Border Bowl. It's a hot ticket in January. WSAV and Connect Savannah present Savannah's bowl game, Blitz Border Bowl 6. It's an all-star showdown between Georgia and South Carolina's best seniors, all to benefit the Ronald McDonald House and Shriners Charities. Tickets are on sale now, flying off the shelves. Get yours early before the cost goes up in November at an insanely low price. Do you want to know how much, Lindy?
How much is it?
$10. Oh, just $10. Oh. Blitz Border Bowl, January 13th, Saturday at Memorial Stadium. Early on, Ware County's going to have a few guys. Benedictine probably 2. Ware County on the run right there only gets about 2 on that one. I love seeing the Border Bowl guys because they get some good publicity out of it and get some potential spots in colleges. Right now, no one's worried about college. They're worried about trying to win a state championship and beat a new rival as they're coming on. And so far, Ware County needs to put some points on the board to get back in this one. 2nd and 8. Luke Hooks is your quarterback under deep pressure. He's going to get it off at the last second and out. Big stick. How about score the touchdown, Bryce Baker, and then make the big hit on top of it. Hooks did a nice job in getting it off. Unfortunately for him, though, number 23 on that one, Jamario Rice, he got popped.
Watch it come. Boom. Oh, right there.
We talked about it. Baker, known for his defense, had 7 tackles versus Jenkins, 9 tackles versus Chambers. Coach said he does it all, and he's proven that on both sides of the ball today. 3rd and 10 for the Ware County Gators. 7:06 in the third quarter. Luke Hooks, the quarterback, looks to pass. Under pressure again as the line gets to him. He's close, almost throws another pick there. Chris Frazier, who's been an offensive star, comes up with the play on defense on the pass short, and the Gators will have to punt one more time. So 4th and 10 now for Ware County, 6:57. A very quick drive on that one, nothing doing on 3 plays. And the Cadets have the momentum, the fans feel it, and the players feel it right now. Will Bates is your punter. Back deep, Naz Adamson.
Now Williams is deep for the Cadets.
They will get the punt off. It's a wobbly one, takes a big bounce for the Gators though. And that's going to be a huge punt when it's finished. The Gators will back them up inside the 30 down to the 24-yard line. The defensive side, the D-line, very impressive for Benedictine on that last drive. So here we are, back on offense and back. The Jaguars are back, everybody. Yes, pro football starts right now. Jags weekend for everybody. Let me hear your best Duval, everybody. Proud to be your Jaguars Media Network station. Right on WCW, WSCW every Sunday is Jags Day. Trevor Lawrence, Travis ATM, lot of time to jump on the bandwagon. Jacksonville Jaguars football every Sunday, 12:30, Jags weekend right here on the WSAB CW. Looking back at the last game, getting ready for the next one. Right now, Benedictine on the next play already. The handoff to Baker, and Baker will get about 4. So the Jags look pretty good. Right before NFL kickoff, you can learn a lot about them on the CW, but Trevor Lawrence and company, they look like they're ready to make a run. Luke Cromenhoek with the handoff on that one to Bryce Baker, who scored on his last carry before that. This time he's going to get about 3. And the handoff again to Baker. He's got a big hole, and he makes even more of it. And now again, he's out in the open field. This time he's going to get caught, but not before a huge run. 15, 30 yards, 28 yards on that one for Baker. Once you get Baker in the open field, he's so dangerous.
It just makes such a move. The speed explodes when he gets open.
Well, you could have driven a truck through that hole first. Let's give credit to the line. Cole Walker, Lawrence Rivers, Raphael Scroggins, Taylor Waddle, and Jacob Ward doing their job. Here's Cromenhoek back to pass. He's going to get it off top to our guy, LaDon Bryant. Bryant, good catch, nice play. Gets about 8 on that one. But the O-line starting to make a difference on this one on the running game, and Cromenhoek getting some time to throw. So there's LaDon Bryant. Bryant, a senior, wide receiver D-back. Four catches, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns against Chambers. Big day. 6'3", 173. He's the tallest target by far for the Cadets in this offense. So we're at 1st and 10, 5:27, clock ticking. BC with a 24-14 lead over Ware County. Luke Cromenhoek back to pass. He's going to fake the pitch on this one. Wide open man, just misses him. Really had that man open, wide open on that one. Good attempt for Ashley Edwards, who we profiled at halftime. Would have been nice to see that man score. Cromenhoek hasn't been off with many. That one just slightly trying to get away from the defender. That's Jaden Jones, who's been all over his receivers all day. Now we're at 2nd and 10 for BC. And a big sack. No, Cromenhoek escapes 1, escapes 2. Then he's going to go down. Can't get past everybody. Nick Simmons all over him first. Then it was Demetrius Baldwin, and finally, third man brings him down, but that's a big man who's proven he's got a lot of elusiveness.
All right,
here.
how did this happen? I didn't even see it. Where does he get out here?
Good duck, able to escape right
Whoa.
there. Nearly
Look
pulls his
at that.
helmet off, but doesn't get through. Then next, Baldwin tries to get to him. Finally, the third man pulls him down, and that ends up a sack, but it only loses about 1 instead of losing about 8 yards.
Well, he needs to save that clip. That was pretty impressive.
Nod Adamson is maybe one of the better negative 1 yard plays you're ever going to see. So here is Luke Cromenhoek back again, 3rd and 11. He'll go back to pass, looking deep. Instead, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. He's going to be across the line. No, they're going to say he's good. And there's our guy Edwards, who's going to bust the tackle. He's going to score.
Looking at the BC crowd now.
Ashley Edwards, we profiled him at halftime, talked about his challenges, but he's quite a football player and proved there he's willing to do whatever he needs to get his team to win. And Luke Cromenhoek steps up on this one. Looked like he might have been close to over the line, but pulls back just in time to throw it to Edwards. Then you got to wrap up. Watch Edwards bounce off the tackle and into the end zone for the score. Suddenly, Benedictine with a big lead on this one, 30-14, and that one's going to go up and through the uprights. 31-14, the Benedictine Cadets. Boy, it's quite a game. We'll see what Ware County can do to answer. 4:10 left in the third quarter. You're watching the WSCD CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. This segment of the WSCD CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Soothing Touch Massage. Located in Port Wentworth, we are available 7 days a week to help you feel your best. And right now, everybody on the BC sidelines is feeling their best with a huge start to the second half. 2 more scores, 31 unanswered points. We talked about it early on, Lindy. Coach Britt said he wanted 200 yards rushing, 150 yards passing.
Where are we now?
He's got both already, 396 total on this one. We'll give you some of those numbers in a minute, but Luke Cromenhoek putting on a show so far. 15 of 24, 175, 3 touchdowns, and overall as a team, 221 rushing yards. Now it's all in the hands of Ware County. What do they have on offense? What can they do that's different? Right now, this defense has absolutely shut them down for the better part of 2 quarters. Big kickoff into the end zone again by Connor Ferguson, and they'll go out to the 20. Gator fans out in force. They're hoping their team can put something together. You know the offense is trying to work on something. Coach Strickland has to try to find a way to do some damage here. Maybe a big chunk play, or that screen pass seemed to work once or twice because Benedictine's got so much pressure on the inside especially.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You could hear last week that the first 3 teams Benedictine played were maybe not up to the level. But I'll tell you what, you're not going to be saying that after this game.
No, absolutely not. Luke Hooks, the quarterback for Junior, trying to take over and bring his team back to a state title. Right now, though, he's having trouble against a very good BC defense. He's going to try to tuck it under and run, and he's not going to get very far at all. A couple yards at the most. Big stuff on that one by another number, Cam Cody. Boy, Cam Cody we have talked about a lot on this one. Cam Cody also in on that one, number 55 for everybody. Jeremiah Thomas, the senior, got in on that too. They're causing havoc on the left side. So 2nd and 9. Hooks back to pass. No, he's able to duck through on that one. And he's just going to throw it into the ground with nobody to catch. That blanket coverage on the outside after a huge pass rush. You can't complete many passes when you don't have feet under you, and that's what's happening right here. As one more time, Thomas all over him. A little pop at the end there too that Hooks took. A couple fresh bodies in there to rush the passer on 3rd and 9 here for Benedictine. Luke Hooks, your quarterback, going 5 wide on this one. Running the clock down, 7 seconds left on the play clock. Here's Hooks again on the screen pass. Sideline was looking for a hold. They didn't get it. Will get a first down. One of the few big plays so far in the last 2 quarters. Jamario Rice on the screen pass, and that'll be a first down for the Gators. Best way to stop a pass rush on this one, run screens. Good screen pass to Rice on that one. We'll see what the Gators can do now. First down for them, 34-yard line. Hooks with a lot of time. Nobody open again. Finally finds somebody. That's probably going to be a hold, but the catch was out of bounds anyways. We'll see what the penalty flag shows. We'll see exactly what the penalty is. Referee Willie Dorsey.
Damn, can they tell me in my ear sometime?
A lot of hand gestures so far. Now we'll hear what Willie has to say.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat the down.
So holding on the offensive line. That's what happens when the pass rush is so good that the guys sometimes have to hook them. And unfortunately, they got caught that time. So now we're at 1st and 20. Luke Hooks, the junior quarterback for Ware County. They faked the screen on that one. Look for it, and here's John Dennis. John Dennis. The John Dennis is looking good. He's got a long way to go. He's going to get pushed out at the 17. That's a 53-yard gain on that one. Huge play for a Ware County team that hadn't put anything together on offense. The John Dennis, they faked the screen initially. Actually, they called it so well. Herbert Scroggins, the third as he's known, got bit on that one when he was going to go after the quarterback. Dennis was able to get way out in the open field and get a huge gain. And here's Hooks. Hooks looking for a receiver. It's got man over the middle, and it's knocked away in a beautiful play on the outside. What a play by Zach Maxwell. Maxwell, the junior, perfect coverage. And now we're 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. This is almost a must-score drive, I would think, for Ware County right now, just to get some momentum back and get within 10. Hooks the quarterback. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Not much on that one. R.J. Boyd getting about 3. So it'll be 3rd and give him 2, 3rd and about 8. Boyd tried to get a little bit of room on that one, but nothing doing with a couple guys right in front of him. Give credit on that one, number 32. That's Wilkes Albert. He's had a nice game on the inside. So 3rd and 8. Ware County needing a score here to stay in this ball game. A lot of pressure. He's going to go up top. A lot of contact. Up and in. What a catch! What a catch by the Gators on this one. Huge play. Quentin Orange for the touchdown for the Gators. He said he's the best receiver on that Gator team, and he proved it right there, going up and over the top for a much, much needed score for Ware County. The train horn sounds, and it's a sound of happiness for Ware County right now. Look at Orange go up over top.
Boom.
What camera work for our guys as well. Perfect coverage. Nothing you can do about that if you're Rashawn Matthews, because no question that Orange just had a little bit more and knew where the ball was. Suddenly, Ware County back on the board. 7 more, and it's a 31-21 game. You talked about points, Lindy. You're starting to get them in bunches.
And we've talked about the crowd all night. Look across the field. Nobody's going anywhere.
They came a long way to watch this game, and they don't believe their team is ever out of it. So Ware County now, they need a defensive stop one more time, would make a big difference for them. Down 2 scores. Benedictine had scored 31 unanswered points going into that. Well, you're talking about inside Clemson on this one too. Clemson Tigers off a very tough loss, but they still have a lot of hope, a lot of fans on this one, and WSE proud to give you access inside the huddle. Watch Inside Clemson Football with Dabo Sweeney every Sunday at noon on the CW with insights from the head coach himself and behind the scenes access to Clemson Athletics. Inside Clemson Football with Dabo Sweeney every sports Sunday at noon right here on the WSAV CW. All right, 31-21, Ware County back in this ball game. No quit in these Gators. The soothing touch kickoff for everybody, another big kickoff. What can Ware County do to hold them down on defense? Rashawn Matthews is back, as well as Nasir Samuel. It's going to be a short angled kick on this one. One of the upmen's going to pick this up instead and stuffed immediately inside the 20. That's a huge stick by the Gator defense. Number 7, we called his name, Jaden Jones, playing everywhere for this Ware County team. On the road, a lot of momentum means a big deal. You take the crowd out for a little bit. They're still fired up. But as you said, that Ware County side, interested in this one now. Lindy Brandon here with Andrew Davis. 31-21 Benedictine over Ware County. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Ware put the first 14 on the board. Benedictine 31 unanswered from there until this last touchdown from Ware, and suddenly we're back to a 10-point game. BC, Luke Cromenhoek, the quarterback, so far doing real damage. 170, and again gets into man open field. That's again wide open. Chris Frazier, so much speed, and he's going to get it inside Ware County territory, all the way from the 17 down to the 37-yard line.
So nobody's going to forget the game they gave to tonight.
Chris Frazier, what speed on him, a game breaker at any point. Just gets in the open field. Thankfully was able to be dragged down. Good pickup. Rashad Conaway with a nice tackle. That saved that touchdown. But already BC back on the Gator side of the field just when Ware County thought momentum was on their side. There's our guy Frazier getting a little work on the side after a good one. Here's Samuel. Samuel with a little bit of running room. He's going to get about 5 on that one. Frazier, 5 receptions, 77 yards so far on this one. Cromenhoek, 16 of 25, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns, and more than 50 yards rushing as well. Really dominating this game in many ways for Benedictine. Here we are, 2nd and 5. Ware County looking to hold them. Cadets looking to try to drive and get that answer score. Handoff to Nasir Samuel and brought down from behind. What a huge play, number 78. That's Messiah Franklin, I believe, on that one. Pulled him down. We'll give credit where credit is due on this one. Right by the jersey, nothing doing. 58, I'm sorry, give that credit instead to Demetrius Baldwin Jr. He's done an excellent job on defense. He had 4 tackles against Appling, the 6'1", 250-pounder, making a big play on this one. 3rd and 7 for BC. 19 seconds left on the clock. 17 on the play clock. They will have to snap one more time. 4 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Luke Cromanoke, the quarterback, looking to get it up top. He's going to go deep, and it is picked off by Ware County. What a play by number 19, Rashad Conaway. And the Gators hold off the Cadets, and suddenly they're back in business on offense. It's like we're on a teeter-totter out here. Back and forth and back and forth. Up top, Cromanoke looking deep for his man. Unable to pull it in. Matthews couldn't get it instead. All about Rashad Conaway in the right place at the right time. So the Gators, who turned the ball over 4 times in the first half, get their first on BC in the second half.
It's like a teeter-totter somebody's fallen off of. You get down to the bottom, woo, it flips the other way.
So now we've got to see what the Ware County offense will do. Hooks, 13 of 24, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions so far for Ware County. And he's going to drop back to pass one more time. He does have a man on that one. That's our guy that Quentin Orange, who has 2 touchdowns already. Got another catch here. Ladies and gentlemen,
got the first down.
You don't want to go away here. Ware County with the ball. Down 10 points. Benedictine 31-21. End of third quarter. Got a heck of a one left for you right here on the WSCB CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
This segment of the WSAB CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, brought to you by Nissan. Experience the thrill for yourself at your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today.
All right, Lindy Brandon with Andrew Davis right here doing the play-by-play on this one. 31-21, Benedictine over Ware County as we start the fourth quarter. It's been a heck of a game with a lot of swings so far. Ware County with the first 2 scores. Benedictine with the next 31 points. Ware scores, got a turnover. Now they have the ball one more time, trying to drive again, make this a 1-score game. The quarterback is Luke Hooks, the junior. He's going to drop back to pass again. He's looking for his man, overthrows Quentin Orange on this one. So far in the game, Ware County has run 40 plays, 274 yards, 220 of those passing. Meanwhile, BC, 54 plays, 446 yards. Our man, Ethan, the stat guy, his hand is cramping from having to write all these numbers all the time. But what a game we're seeing right now. 2nd and 10, living up to its billing. The last two state champs right in a row, 4A and 5A, playing each other again.
Both undefeated up to this night.
And here we are again, 2nd and 10. Quick toss to the outside. That's to Deshaun Dennis. To John Dennis, he's going to get that first down and more. 10 big yards for him. Dennis is a tough runner. He does not go down on first contact. Good job by number 10 on that one, Jasper Bolds, who very much could have gotten a penalty if he had kept his block. Instead, steps away. There is a man down on the Ware County sidelines that apparently is the man who made the tackle. I believe that is Wilkes Albert, if I saw that number correctly. Albert, one of the tough inside linebackers, makes a big difference for this team. He's really important for that, just to, for the entire defense. Sorry, I'll get it wrong anyways. Actually, that may be even worse for them because the guy who's been running and playing defense so well, Bryce Baker, is the down on this one. He is walking off the field under his own accord, which is good. He'll have to sit out for at least one play. You don't want to see him injured if you're a Cadet fan. Sort of a mini timeout here, 11:43 as we reset this game. So once again, BC was down and seemingly out. 2 scores down in the first quarter. They came up with 4 straight touchdowns and a field goal to take a 31-14 lead. Then Ware County just came down, scored themselves, picked off BC on the other way as they were driving. Now they're 1st and 10 on their own 29, looking to take it down and get it within 1 score. A few nervous people on the BC sidelines right now.
Well, you might say that. They're certainly into the game.
All right, Ware County running 5 wide receivers on this one. Luke Hooks, the junior quarterback, throwing a lot on this one. He gets it up to Quentin Orange. Orange, though, will not break the tackle. Excellent play by Ashley Edwards. Now there's a flag after the play. A little bit extracurricular activity on this one. We'll see what the call may be. Great tackle by Edwards on Orange, who's had a nice day, but Orange only able to get 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, it looked like when we started this game we'd see more penalties, but these players settled down for the most part. I think it's getting a little tense again.
After the play was over with, personal foul here. 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Well, that one is going to be after the play on BC. Looks like it was sort of a hit from behind on the offensive lineman, number 9 on that one, Antonio Harson-Mann. Unfortunately, made the play, and the referees caught him on that. Antonio's had a good game, made a couple big tackles out in the secondary. That wasn't his best moment. Now suddenly first down again for Ware County, close to midfield on their own 45. Here's Luke Hooks. He's going to drop back to pass under pressure, but he's got his man open, and he missed him. He missed Quentin Orange, who had a step on the defender. He probably would have taken it to the house. Hooks, though, under pressure on this. That pressure is getting after him. That was the 3rd again. Herbert Scroggins, the 3rd, who went ahead and nearly got to Hooks and caused that pass to be just offline. Here's once again 4 wides, running back in the backfield, looks for the screen. No, they turn the other way for the screen instead. Quick out right there, number 23 on that. Jamario Rice, and Rice will gain 14 and a first down. Ware County with the fake to the one side. They've been going to Dennis on the screen, cut the other way to Rice. And Rice has got some quicks out there and did a nice job of getting the open field, getting the first down. Now we're in a 5 wide set for Ware County. Luke Hooks, the quarterback, lining it up again. Gonna cock and fire one more time. Gets to the outside, perfect pass, perfect catch. Again, that is Jamario Rice. Rice is gonna get 5 right there, 2nd and 5. A quick out, easy pitch and catch. Ware County starting to find some things that work for them right now, Lindy.
But we've seen this before in this game.
Well, we're seeing it right now as BC and Ware County in a shootout. Here's Ware driving, 2nd and 5 from the 37. Looking for a screen, then goes back again the other way. Back to Rice one more time, and he's going to get thumped on the inside. Excellent play by Herbert Scroggins III, also just known as the third. Good play call again. This time they were aware that they'd get about 4, but not enough for that first down. Yeah, give him 3. 3rd and 2 right here for Ware County. Luke Hooks looking back to the sideline, setting his play up here. He's got 4 wides. He's got R.J. Boyd, the running back, next to him. We'll see what the play call is. It's going to be a handoff to Boyd. Boyd's got a lot of room. He's going to get that first and much more, going out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Gain of 12 and another Gator first down. Those quick screens have been working and working. They didn't go play action. They went to Boyd, and he was able to drive it into first down territory and close to the red zone. Hurry up offense for Ware as they get to the line again. Luke Hooks, 4 wides. Looking for some help. Here's the third all over Hooks, but he's going to get it out to Dennis, and Dennis will get positive yardage. He's going to go out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Gain of 4. Sort of abandoning the big pass, looking for the quick ones. Always an outlet for Hooks right now. Dennis waved his arms, knew he was open, able to get a few yards, get them into better position. Now inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. 9:29 left. Luke Hooks, your quarterback, doing a nice job in the second half. 2 turnovers in the first, putting it back together here. Hooks quick in right there, first down or close to it. Not quite, 1 yard short. Good pitch and catch. Catch by number 10, Jasper Bowles on that one.
They got it working like a machine again now.
3rd and about 2.
Click, click, click.
Moving a bunch of guys in. Some of the big guys, extra offensive linemen coming in the game. A fullback, a few other ones. Looks like they're going to run Wildcat. Hooks out of the game. Dewan Dennis is going to run the Wildcat out of the set. He gets the pitch, and it's going nowhere. No, he's going to bounce it outside and still doesn't get any plays. Excellent play by the BC defense. Nazira Adamson, one of the guys, Michael Williams again on the play. Want to see the defense stuff somebody on a Wildcat. You run it one too many times. This time doesn't work. First, it's Baker on the inside. Then Williams on the outside to make the finishing touches. And suddenly we're going to go to a field goal play on this one instead. No touchdown. Will Bates is going to line this one up from about 33 yards. This will get it, though, to 1 score. Will Bates lines up the kick. It is up, and it is good. Now, 31, 1-2-4, Ware County within 7 on this. 8 minutes left in the 4th. BC got to answer on offense right now. As there's no quit in these Gators, they've still got fight for everybody. We're going to see what the Cadets do when we come back right here on the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
This segment of the WSAB-CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by End Market. Fresh choices, friendly faces.
Well, there are going to be a lot of folks from here going to End Market, get some food, doing a lot of things because they're tired already. We've seen 775 yards of offense. 31-24 Benedictine over Ware County. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Our stat guy, Ethan, may have hand cramps by the time we're done because he's written so much to get this done. Meanwhile, the players are giving their hearts out here, both sides, on all counts. Ware County kicks that field goal. They're now within 7 points. BC looking to return this soothing touch kickoff. And they're going to kick it very deep. That could go out of bounds, and it does right there. Good job by Rashawn Matthews not to touch it. It'll go out of bounds, and BC will end up with the ball at the 35-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds, kick it team. The ball will be placed on the 35, first and 10.
So you've been able to do basically anything you've wanted in points on offense so far. What's the first call that you're calling out here? Croman-Hoke run? Do you run the ball, or do you go ahead and throw and try to get them off balance?
No, I'm saying throw it.
Well, Croman-Hoke's been the man for Benedictine so far during this game, proving why he is such a hot prospect. Croman-Hoke, though, will hand it off this time to Samuel, but Samuel will only get about one. Lots of guys in on that tackle. D-line, everybody else. We'll give some credit to Jamar Burden on the inside as a linebacker. Also, let's give credit to the inside guys. Marquand Washington's doing some damage for everybody. Nick Simmons has had a big game from a linebacker spot. Demetrius Baldwin's done a nice job as well. All right, so we're at 2nd and 8. Give him 2. Croman-Hoke back to pass. He's got an open man on the side. That's Ashley Edwards. Oh. He hits him in the hands and drops it. Nearly picked off after that. Heard the footsteps of 2 Gators coming at him, and he just dropped it. Right through Andrews' hands, nearly picked off. Right there, Rashad Conaway, who's already got a pick 1. He was looking for a second one, looking to see if he could run with it afterwards. Now, 3rd and 8, the Gator defense fired up. The crowd on the Gator side fired up. BC looking to get a first down here, 7:27 left. Croman-Hoke back to pass. Looks, he's got a man wide open over the middle. Again, it's Chris Frazier. Frazier breaks the tackle, falls down at about the 35-yard line. Speed kills, and Chris Frazier's got it in spades. Watch the wide open, just gets open on the slant pattern. The middle's been open for much of today. Just couldn't break the tackle of Conaway, though actually falls down more than anything on that one instead. But they get to the 29. That's a handoff to Samuel, who's going to go no place. That's maybe 1 yard on that. That quick pace now, you'll see if they slow it down a little bit with the clock ticking. 6:57 left, up 1 score. It's not their nature to go slow, though. Samuel going out with a little bit of limp, but then you're putting Bryce Baker back in the game, who's been just as good, if not better, than Samuel so far today. A lot of weapons on this BC offense. Now there's a flag. I believe that maybe that's a false start on BC.
Prior to the snap, illegal procedure, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Chris Frazier, the man who just caught that big pass, you can see him walking back a little dejectedly, knowing that maybe it was him that jumped. Coach is just telling him to shake it off, move on, and go back and play. 6:32 left. BC up by 7. 2nd and 14. Quarterback with Croman-Hoke had a huge day so far. He's going to get off flash. He's looking for Frazier. No. Now he's going to run for it. No, he's going to throw. He's going to find man and bounces off one helmet. It bounces off the helmet of number 22, Andre Stanley. Watch this, everybody. Wasn't quite turned around. Croman-Hoke trying to get into his receiver, and Stanley just right there off his head Bounces out of bounds before anybody can get to it, but we're at 3rd and 14.
We've been talking about football players. These cameramen don't miss a shot.
Our guys are doing a great job out here. High, low, doesn't matter. They're getting all over it. Huge shot for them. Now a huge 3rd down for BC. 3rd and 14. The slant's been open over the middle a lot. We'll see if he goes to it. Chris Frazier's been open a ton. We'll see if he gets to him. They've got Matthews on the side. They're going to go screen, but then there's a flag in the middle as that screen happens. It won't be close to the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 8, depending on what the flag says. Flag appears to be on BC.
A leadership offense. That penalty decline.
So we will be 4th and 8 here after the decline of the penalty. And once again, decision time for Coach Britt. Does he send the punter out there? I think he's going to let this clock go if he can. He's making his decision right now. He's talking to his team, and they will bring the punter out. So Ware County will have a shot with the ball. 6 minutes left in this ball game. The 1st quarter belonged to Ware County. The 2nd quarter and about half of the 3rd belonged to Benedictine. Now, Ware County has swung it back their direction. Let's see what they can do. Ware taking no chance, going to put everybody at the line. They're going to go for a field goal from 50 here instead. And what happens? A lot of pointing. That's going to be a false start on BC. And the Ware County sideline fired up. The fans over there. We think it's loud on the BC side. We can hear the noise coming from Ware County side now.
Oh, they're one of them.
Prior to the snap,
lost their focus on this game.
Offense. 5-yard penalty remains 4th down.
Looking at that replay right now, you can see a little head bop there by the guard. I believe that was who it was. They're still going to try to kick this one, or it appears so. Now from, yeah, this is 58 yards. 57, 58 yards for Connor Ferguson, who hit one from 43 earlier. He is going to kick it. It's up, and it is going to be short. You have to wonder if that 5-yard penalty made the difference. That might have been good from 52. It was not good from 57. Ware County now with the ball, doing everything they can to see what they can do to score. So here we are. You talked about the points. You talked about what the offenses on this game would do, and they have done it in spades so far for us.
Well, the game's playing out as we said it would earlier, you know, when we got here. Full of excitement, full of action, lots of scoring, and we're going right down to the last.
Lindy Brandon, the BC graduate, he's sweating up here. He's trying to be on just right down the middle. It's not working so well so far.
No, I've been slipping up.
But I'll tell you, Ware County's putting up a fight. We're going to have to see what they do next, and they do have the ball here. Another screen, this time to Quentin Orange. Quentin Orange will get 11 on that one. Luke Hooks, by the way, the most passes he had thrown in the game thus far this season had been 19. He's already thrown the ball 35 times in this game. It's a complete switch from their usual time. This looks like it's going to be a holding penalty, bringing this pass back.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
So now, 1st and 20. 5:18 left, both teams with all 3 timeouts. Someone up the middle there probably was who got flagged for the holding. It will wipe out a 1st down for Ware County instead. 1st and 20. It's a handoff to R.J. Boyd, who's going to break the first tackle, which would have had him in the backfield. Instead, he's going to get 7 on that one. R.J. Boyd with some very tough running.
They don't give up.
Neither side has given up on first contact this entire game. He was able to push aside the tackle of Arion Guyton, I believe, and make it all the way for 7 yards. Just getting positive yardage is a huge play when you're backed up like that. All right, 2nd and 13. Luke Hooks back to pass. He's got pressure on him. He's just going to throw it into the ground. He's got guys there, no chance for anything. Wanted to make sure there wasn't a play. Now they may be calling grounding on this one.
Huh?
They're looking, was somebody in the area or not when he threw it into the ground? That's the debate right now among the referees. Watch the replay, see it for yourself. If you can see 23 would be the only person there. Can't, right?
Number 3 was in the area.
There were 2 guys in the area is what they said. They're going to pick up the flag. It is not intentional grounding. So we are instead at 3rd and 13 for the Gators. 4:39 left in the ball game. Luke Hooks, your quarterback, has thrown 35 times. The teams have combined for 800 yards of offense. Here we are, 4 wide receivers set for the Gators. BC fans getting rowdy on this side of the field. Ware County back to pass again. A lot of contact, and that's going to go down. Wow. Huge sack. Wow. Number 55 on that one. Jeremiah Thomas, the big D tackle, takes the Gators quarterback down, and that's going to force a punt. BC will get the ball back. They wanted to go deep. There was some contact on the outside, which stopped the receiver's progress. Couldn't make it there. It was too late anyways. Jeremiah Thomas, the fans fired up. So are we. So is this wild crowd on both sides. So we're under 4 minutes now. Clock is becoming an issue if you're a Ware County Gator fan. Will Bates, your punter, back to punt. No rush, really. And he's kicking it up in the air. Not going to be a good punt. Not what Ware County needed. And take a BC bounce on top of it. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. That's only a 17-yard punt.
All right, I know there's only 3.5 minutes left. And we're feeling the momentum shifting back and forth. But you can't predict the winner even now.
You never know what's going to happen. You know the first thing Coach Britt is telling them in that huddle, though, protect the ball. 6 total turnovers in this game between the 2 teams. You know that BC's job here is to try to run clock, get a first down, maybe get into the end zone, and probably salt this away. Luke Cromanhope, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Baker. Bryce Baker breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, and he's going to get a big chunk of yards there. Get it down about 6. And Ware County will use that first time out. The Gators with urgency on this clock. Looked like they might have had Baker in that backfield, but didn't get him there. 6 yards on this one. You know what? This is just the start, Lindy, of a heck of a great weekend right here on WSAV.
What's coming up?
We've got that Friday Night Blitz highlight show. You saw some of the great games we saw. You got a couple highlights from this one, too. How about the NASCAR Xfinity Series heading into the playoffs? Then a Kansas Lottery 300. Charlotte and Maryland at 7:30, some Big Ten football action. And then Sunday night, the traditional rivalry. Yes, NFL is back. The Cowboys and the Giants. Big one all weekend long right on WSAV. Set it locked. Lock your dial right on it.
Rip the knob off.
And if that's not enough for you, Lindy, if that's not enough, how about Cincinnati Pitt on the CW on Saturday as well? A great game on college football, a rivalry that's renewed right now. It wasn't one, now it is all over again. This, speaking of rivalries, Ware County, BC. Here's the handoff. Bryce Baker. He's going to go no place as Ware County stops him. It's going to be a key. 3rd down stop. 3rd and 2.5 on this one. Bryce Baker right into the line. Both of these teams know how to win. Ware County with a lot fewer guys, though, who are on that team, who are in that state championship, but they're hungry now. They don't want to let Benedictine beat them. They don't want to let anybody beat them. This may not be a region game, but this is a big test. As Coach Britt told me from BC, this is a measuring stick for them. beating Ware County means just as much to them in many ways as winning the region.
Well, it shuts down the criticism from early in the season that we really didn't have much competition in the first 3 games. We can't say that tonight.
You never can tell with those when you travel that far. You think you're playing top-flight schools, but with the turnover, you never know what's going to happen. And right now, BC's hoping to know what happens by getting a first down. If they do it, they're probably going to get the clock at least under a minute, have a shot at least at a field goal, if not a touchdown, and this game most likely will be over. But first, Ware County's there to stop them. 3rd and 2.5, about 3 yards. Bryce Baker has been the man in many ways for them, more than 100 yards rushing in this game. But we'll see what they decide to do. They've been able to get slants over the middle. The passing game has been huge. Croman Hokes uses his legs. So many weapons out there. They're going to go 5 wide with just Croman Hoke in the backfield. Here's Croman Hoke going up the middle. He's going to break free for the first down and more. And he's going to slide down smartly before he goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Excellent play, incredibly smart player. Luke Croman Hoke, you're in a position right there to go ahead and run. They run 5 wides to spread him out, so it's just D. Lyman in front of you. They knew exactly what they wanted to do with him, which was get him the ball and get him in position to make a play, and that's just what he did. Croman Hoke has been the player all day long that they hoped BC would have, that it can lead them again to a title, that can do exactly what Danny Britt says, which is try to get his team into state championship position. Croman Hoke's going to hand off to Baker this time. Baker going to run into a big wall of a few different guys, lots of different guys on top of him. He's going to gain about 3, but the biggest thing here is the clock will continue to run.
Running.
Ware hasn't called their final timeout yet. The cadet line once more time. Let's give them credit. Walker, Rivers, Scroggins, Waddle, and Ward. A couple juniors in there, 3 of them, 2 seniors, have done a great job in making this running game go and giving a lane, in that case especially, to Luke Croman Hoke when it mattered most. All right, so clock still ticking, under 2 minutes now. The speedy team is not going to let this clock go down. 5 seconds, 4, they snap it there. Here's the speed option. On the outside, it's a jet sweep to Rashawn Matthews, and he's going to get about 3 on that one. Matthews, the big star early on for BC. Now Ware County will call their timeout and force them to at least put it in field goal range to stop them here. Let's give credit to Coach Britt and his staff. Down 14-0 first quarter, they didn't panic and said, we know our offense is good enough to win this game. And they have proven that every down, it seems like. Now you're back in a position. You ran a 5-wide set the last time, Lindy, with Croman Hoke up the middle. Could go back to the same thing. I think you're going to keep it moving. You're not going to put the ball in the air. We'll see what Ware County's got. Do they blitz? Do they try to make something happen, knowing that probably it's a run? BC looks like they're still going to spread it out. I don't see a lot of big guys on the field, just their usual linemen. Maybe one tight end. So it looks like we're going to go 2 wides, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and Croman Hoke. Croman Hoke's just going to dive it up the middle, looking to try to get all the way to the first down. He will not get there, but the clock will run. It'll be under a minute when this finally happens, when a 4th down goes on. You know that Britt will, odds are, just walk to the ref and let this run all the way down to 0, to 0's on the clock or 1 on the clock. 30 seconds will be at about 48 seconds left when he'll have a decision on what to do on 4th down. So you're in a position once again, Lindy. Kick the field goal, go up 2 scores, and figure you got it salted away? Or do you run it, and no matter what happens, if you don't get it, you keep them basically 95 yards away from the score with less than a minute left?
Oh, I'm going with the run this time.
Well, here's what we're going to do. It looks like the kicking team is there. The offense is there. Coach Britt is there. They are going to kick this and try to go up 2 scores is what it appears to happen. Croman Hope's got his helmet off. He did his part, got about 2 more on that, and put it right in the middle for Connor Ferguson. Ware County with some games right now. Bainbridge, Jenkins, and Bradwell. Jenkins proved deadly on our Bluffton game with them, but BC really handled them early. I think they're a better team than what they showed against BC. Bradwell, mixed bag at best. Ware County's counting on those region games and getting ready for those. That's what's really going to challenge them. On the other side, the Benedictine Cadets, Hebron Christian Academy, again, let's go someplace and let's go find the best competition. Then the 29th, their biggest game yet in conference, New Hampstead, who's a very, very good team and undefeated themselves walking in tonight. And then Burke County heading out that way. So here we are, 47 seconds left. Connor Ferguson is 1 for 3 on the night. He hit a 42-yarder, missed about a 25-yarder, and missed a 58-yarder. He's dead center on the field. If he hits this, this is basically the ball game. And now it doesn't matter because Ware County just jumped off sides, which means they can kneel on the game, and this ball game is over. The Benedictine Cadets will go ahead and do it.
Who expected it to end that way? Well, none of us.
Well, you want to jump, you want to get in the face of the kicker to make it tough on him, and unfortunately for Ware County, they just got there a little quick. The Gators played an incredibly tough game all game long, and were not able to go ahead and take home the victory, but they're going to walk home and they're going to take that bus home with their heads held high. They played maybe the best team in our area and stuck with them for 4 quarters. We're going to have stats for you after this, and you're going to want to see them because there are a lot of stats and there are a lot of great plays as we show you the highlights from this one as well. If you're a BC fan, you have to be buoyed by this to know this team is good, and they just proved it tonight. If you're Ware County, you go, we just took the best punch that BC had to offer and nearly walked home a winner. So here we are. They're just going to kneel on this one to end the ball game. And that will be it. Benedictine will walk home with a win. They're going to have to snap it one more time. But that will be all. Ware County going to go home, unfortunately, unable to win this. They won't even have to snap it again right at the end of this one. BC, big win for this team. Coming back from 2 touchdowns down to go ahead and take home a win over a game Ware County squad. You gotta love what this rivalry has become, and it's only gonna get better over the coming years. We've got our post-game show. We've got highlights. We've got the play of the game. We've got the player of the game, and a lot more to talk about. Benedictine talks home. Big win for them with a 31-24 victory over Ware County.
Is it all right to say go Cadets now?
Now you can say go Cadets.
Go Cadets!
There you go. You're watching the WFCB CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. We're back with our post-game show in just 2 minutes.
Now, time for your Friday Night Blitz postgame show with your iHeart Dental play of the game.
Benedictine with a big win over Ware County, evening the all-time series at 2 in the last 4 years between these two state champions, 31-24, in a game that's just basically, Lindy Brandon, high-level football is the only way I can call it.
Everybody playing hard and nobody giving up, as you've said all through the game. Nobody giving up on the first hit in any of these plays we've watched tonight. It's just been a fascinating football game.
Swings back and forth, everything you could have wanted in this one, including the best play we've seen of the day, which is our play of the game in this case. And who else but the man who did all of it for Benedictine this year, Luke Kromenhawk. Watch him dodge tacklers, make a move, and then able to get it out to his running back, and Bryce Baker takes it in. Ashley Edwards takes it in from there for the score, bouncing off that tackle, like you said. Edwards, who we profiled at halftime, has had 2 knee injuries, had a broken ankle. By the way, he's got a touchdown in the biggest game of the year so far for BC. Watch here, Kromenhawk gets a lot of time, able to escape, and then Edwards bounces off a tackle into the end zone and helped BC walk away with a big, big win.
What a night. This segment of the WSAB Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, brought to you by iHeart Dental, located in Rincon. Available for all your dental needs. iHeart Dental, love to smile.
Got much more for you, all the highlights, everything that went on, including our performer of the game, in just a moment. You're watching WSAB CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
time for more of the Friday Night Blitz postgame show with your Ramjack performance of the game.
Well, that scoreboard says a lot right now. Benedictine winning 31-24 over Ware in a battle of the last two state champions in 5A, 4A on this one. It's a budding rivalry, and it lived up to the hype every single way that we're talking about so far.
I think somebody right amongst this group here predicted this score.
We were close.
They didn't predict the win, though.
Well, we can't. We're journalists. We have to do this right down the middle here, Lindy. That's how this works. So I'll tell you, it really did live up to billing so far. Ware proved that they are an excellent team, but BC had one guy who really made a difference, and that was their quarterback, Luke Cromenhawk. And I'll tell you, he deserves the performance of the game on this one. What a day for Cromenhawk. Watched a flea flicker here and hit the bomb, which really brought the team right back into the game after being down 2 scores early. So, like they got Rashawn Matthews on that one, then Cromenhawk using his legs and getting a wide open tight end for the touchdown on that one, and he was far from done. 257 yards passing. Coach said he wanted to get 150. Well, he got 250 instead. And then with his legs right here, 57 yards rushing on 11 carries. Some of those were right at the end. Really, most of the damage he did was on scrambles there. And then you look as he handed it off there and really opened up holes by he passed so well. 314 total yards for Luke Cromenhawk. He led the way for this big, big BC win.
This segment of the WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Ramjack Foundation Repair, your local foundation repair experts, restoring value to your home or business.
Well, you just saw Cromenhawk there. He was the difference on this one. Ware County had a lot of good players. He was a great player today.
Well, we were all talking to Coach Britt before this game and during this week. This was the kind of performance he was looking for, and what he was selling, what he was saying, this guy can do this. You're going to see it.
Well, and that's why Florida State has him on their roster as of next year, so they're very excited. So that's going to be a big day. We wanted to show you exactly what happened. Luke Cromenhawk, just part of the story on a back-and-forth game that absolutely made a big difference. Both sides lived up to the billing. You see the catch there. That was Rashawn Matthews. This would have been a touchdown, except for the laundry on the field on this one. And you thought, well, maybe this wasn't going to be BC's day, because from there, Ware County got the ball back, drove down, and that's Luke Hooks right there, and Hooks took it all the way to the 1, and then they were handed off to DeJuan Dennis on the Wildcat, and he went in for the touchdown, and early on, 7-0 Ware County. Then Hooks got the ball, went deep with the bomb to our guy, Orange. Aren't you glad he's there? Quentin Orange for Ware County out there doing a heck of a job in scoring. BC came back to try to kick a field goal. Went off the upright. We're still in a 14-0 game. Ware County, though, this may have been the big play. A mistake by Luke Hooks to Micah Williams. Williams was all over the field today, including with this pick. Drove him right down to the 35-yard line, almost to the 30. BC was able to do some damage from there. You knew you weren't going to keep him down all day. Here's that flea flicker up top to Rashawn Matthews. Matthews missed one, got that one, though, on a perfect pass and a perfect slide, too. And there's Luke Hooks trying again, going deep to his man, but once again, that man, Williams, in position, rips it away from Orange, his second pick of the day, stopping another Ware County drive. And then you gave back to the Cadets. Here's Cromenhawk, who fakes the run, throws the pass up top for the touchdown to his tight end, and suddenly we were tied at 14, Lindy, and now all the momentum going the other way.
Oh, it just kept shifting through the whole game. You could feel it here. All of these fans looking for the action. And look what they got to see.
Well, here's Jaden Jones, who did a great job on defense, also showed some skill on the punt returns, kickoff returns, and on offense a little bit here and there, too. Drove Ware County down. Hooks, then with the ball, gets thumped on that play. A huge hit by number 3, Bryce Baker. We'll talk about him on offense again in a minute. The fumble will give him the ball back when Ware County was down inside the 20. Then it's Cromenhawk one more time, dancing around and able to get big yardage on the run. And suddenly, BC back in business. Cromenhawk knew when to run and knew when to get big yardage. Huge field goal here as well, 42 yards to give them the early 17-14 halftime lead. Benedictine just kept pouring it on in the third quarter from there. They were far from done. Here's Hooks handing it off. And that's right near the half on this one. This one didn't actually end up costing them anyone, but one of 4 turnovers on the day for the Gators. And you never want to turn the ball over when you're in a rivalry game like this. And their guy. And the Gators back in business inside the 20. Hooks up top to Quentin Orange. Orange, yes, right there. Perfect camera work and a perfect catch for Quentin Orange. Ware County getting back in this ball game. Far from done yet. Here's Cromenhawk. He's going to throw it up, thinking he's got somebody, but instead, all he's got is number 19, Rashad Conaway, who picks it off. And the Gators have the ball back. And the Gators kick the field goal. They are now within 7. All they need is a stop to maybe get a chance. A long field goal first, though. Connor Ferguson, a penalty just before the 5 yards may have cost him a 52-yarder. He missed from 58. Now the Gators have the ball. The pump fake, but it's too late here. The big man knocks him down. Jeremiah Thomas takes him down for basically the game-clinching play. Benedictine's defense locks it down. Cromenhawk will get this for the first down that will end it. And the Cadets remain undefeated. 4-0 on this one, ready to defend their state title, trying to go for that 4-peat, making a huge difference. BC wins 31-24. Now, what's next? How about Savannah Christian? How about Savannah Country Day? These are two teams that don't like each other. These two teams want to play. They're excited, and it's going to be another great one live on the CW, WSAV CW, 7:30 next week. But here, we're wrapping things up from Memorial Stadium. BC proves they may be the best team in the area, in the big area, defeating Ware County 31-24. Andrew Davis for Lindy Brandon. Thanks so much for joining us. Come back next week. Country Day, Savannah Christian, big one. We'll see you then.